Chapter 1915. This challenge letter caused a huge commotion in the supreme ancient immortal realms. Countless people in Qin City were discussing this matter. Many people guessed that could it be that there was something between Qin Wentian and goddess Nikhang? If not, why would Qin Wentian do such a crazy thing? In addition, the date of their wedding was nearing. More and more experts came to Qin City. How could they miss out on such a grand occasion? Qin Dangtian, the heaven's son, would be marrying the number one beauty of the heaven region, goddess Nikhang. Right now, a character whose fame wasn't inferior to Qin Dangtian in the supreme ancient immortal realms, Qin Wentian, would challenge him on the day of his wedding. In addition, this person was Qin Yuanfeng's son and was once Qin Zheng's enemy. The grudge between two generations, the fated battle was going to happen in Qin City. How could countless people not rush over? Right now, all the inns in Qin City were filled with people. Countless people were discussing this matter on the streets and alleys, all of them were related to this. This Qin Wentian is truly crazy, he actually dares to challenge heaven's son Qin Dangtian. Could it be that he is so confident that he can win against Qin Dangtian? Although Qin Wentian's fame shook the supreme ancient immortal realms, becoming a god in the boundless sea region easily dealing with Qin Li and Qin Song, heaven's son Qin Dangtian has been famous for many years. He fought against the Sky Order heavenly deity of the Luotian clan, and the Sky Order heavenly deity's fame is even more resounding compared to Qin Li and Qin Song. In addition, so many years have passed, Qin Dangtian would only grow stronger. Seems like the god conferment battle in the boundless sea region caused Qin Wentian's ego to swell. He is overly confident. Qin Wentian became a god after that battle. He displayed shocking combat prowess when he fought against Qin Song and Qin Li. After that, he even gained control of the heaven vault. Maybe, he really has world-shaking combat prowess and can fight against Qin Dangtian. There were also people who felt that Qin Wentian could fight against Qin Dangtian. However, the majority of people still felt that heaven's son Qin Dangtian was stronger. After all, with his many years of fame, he was known as heaven's son, the choice of the heavens. It would be extremely difficult for Qin Wentian to shake him. Most people thought that Qin Wentian had lost his mind. Could it be that he flew into a rage because of a beauty? Even if Qin Wentian really had the ability to defeat Qin Dangtian, so what? Could it be that the Qin clan would stand by the side and watch? There was nothing wrong with Qin Dangtian accepting the challenge. But if Qin Dangtian was defeated, what would happen to the Qin clan? One must know that there were precedents in the past. How did Qin Yuanfeng die? Some of the older generations still knew a little about it. The two generations seemed to be suffering the same fate. Could Qin Wentian change anything? It would probably be difficult. The people from the various peak powers also arrived one after another. However, they didn't join the Qin clan. Although the Qin clan would naturally receive them if they went there, it was clear that the people from the various peak powers preferred to have more freedom. If they stayed in the Qin clan, they wouldn't feel at ease. As the date of the wedding drew nearer, the wind and clouds gathered. It was like a great storm was about to erupt. Naturally, it was also possible that Qin Wentian was just a decoration for the wedding. Just like what Qin Dangtian said, they would kill Qin Wentian first before the wedding. This day finally arrived. In the Qin clan, the experts from the various factions gathered. Countless people stared in a certain direction. Over there, Qin Dangtian and several other heavenly deities led many experts, preparing to head to Boundless City to fetch the bride. There were saint beasts pulling the carriages as they set off in a grandiose manner. The people of the Qin clan knew that Qin Dangtian might be the future Qin clan leader. As for the woman he was going to fetch, she would be the future mother of the Qin clan. This wedding would be a grand occasion that the Qin clan hadn't experienced for many years. The Qin clan naturally attached great importance to it. In addition, the lineup for the bride was extremely powerful. Back then in the desolate region, the Qin clan naturally knew about it. Devilox of the Divine Ox clan headed to the Luotian clan to fetch the bride, but he was killed on the way. The people who did this were none other than Luotian Chuan and Qin Wentian. How could the Qin clan not be on guard? Although Qin Wentian wasn't someone Devilox could be compared to, Qin Wentian's forces were also very powerful. Luotian Chuan, Qin Wentian, and the 5 demon sovereigns of the demon god mountain. This was definitely a terrifying force. They had no choice but to be on guard against Qin Wentian's sinister methods. The majestic group of people soared into the air. Countless people in Qin City were filled with anticipation. Just like Qin City, Boundless City was also incomparably lively. This was especially so outside the Chu residence. It was unknown how many experts were gathered there. Many geniuses were in low spirits. The number one beauty of their boundless city, Goddess Nikhang, was going to be married to someone today. Even if that person was Qin Dangtian, those who admired Goddess Nikhang couldn't help but feel disappointed. From today onwards, Goddess Nikhang would be someone's wife. Maybe, this would be the last time they could see Goddess Nikhang. After Goddess Nikhang marries into the Qin clan, her status would change. If they wanted to see Goddess Nikhang again, it would be as difficult as ascending to the heavens. Naturally, there were also many people who wanted to witness the Qin clan's wedding. Compared to the liveliness outside, the interior of the Chu residence was extremely quiet. Chu Shen stood with his hands clasped behind his back, staring into the distance. Behind him, Goddess Nikhang quietly stood there, forming a beautiful scenery. She didn't dress herself up and was just like how she usually was, wearing a simple dress. But even so, she was still as beautiful as ever. There was no need for her to dress herself up. Given her beauty, even if she appeared in this wedding, no one would say anything. Only the two of them were here. It was very quiet, there was no sound at all. Qin Dangtian is already on his way and will arrive very soon. Chu Shen calmly spoke, no emotions could be heard in his voice. After Goddess Nikhang heard this, she was also very calm. Wentian chose to challenge Qin Dangtian today. Other than his own mission, there should be another reason. He doesn't want you to marry Qin Dangtian, right? Chu Shen spoke in a light voice. He could naturally tell this point. Qin Wentian's relationship with him wasn't bad and he also had a relationship with Nikhang before. He had even met Chu Mo before. It was only normal for him to not want Nikhang to marry into the Qin clan. Once Nikhang married into the Qin clan, she would be standing opposite to Qin Wentian. At that time, how should he face this? Hence, Qin Wentian chose to challenge Qin Dangtian today. I know. Goddess Nikhang spoke in a light voice. She lowered her head slightly, there were no fluctuations in her eyes. No one knew what she was thinking about exactly. Chu Shen sighed silently in his heart. He didn't say anything more. He has already said what he wanted to say. Everything else should be left to Nikhang. As they waited quietly, the clouds in the sky far away churned. Auspicious saint beasts appeared, pulling a carriage over with heavenly deities acting as protectors. Qin Dangtian stood there with his long hair fluttering in the wind. He was incomparably handsome, causing many females to be in a daze when they stared at him. Such a grand wedding, how many people in the world would be able to enjoy such treatment? Maybe, only characters like Goddess Nikhang would be qualified to enjoy such treatment. Heavenly deities were only a foil to the wedding. Nikhang, I'm here. The carriage descended as Qin Dangtian alighted. Goddess Nikhang nodded lightly. After that, she stepped out, moving towards another carriage in the air. Qin Dangtian smiled and glanced at Chu Shen, Grandpa Chu, let's go. I won't be going. Chu Shen calmly shook his head. Qin Dangtian's eyes flashed, he knew that his grandpa and Chu Shen had some unhappiness in the past. He didn't expect that Chu Shen wouldn't even attend this wedding. However, both of them were heavenly deities, he wouldn't try to persuade them. He merely nodded, in that case, Grandpa Chu, take care. After speaking, he turned and walked towards the carriage. Under the gazes of countless people, the auspicious saint beasts pulled the carriage through the air. Heavenly deities stood guard at the sides of the carriage. This scene was as beautiful as a fairy tale. They left in an imposing manner, but they only stayed for a moment before departing. The people of Boundless City were all discussing. Chu Shen actually didn't go. Could it be that Chu Shen didn't approve of this marriage? The Chu residents became even quieter. However, the Qin clan in Qin City grew more and more lively. Experts from all directions came to the Qin clan to offer their congratulations. At the ceremonial stage of the Qin clan, countless banquets were set up. It was unknown how many experts came. Just for the internal members of the Qin clan, there were already countless people. At the front of the banquet, there were seats for the peak powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms. They would be able to watch the wedding from a close distance. Many people had smiles on their faces, but they were contemplating in their hearts. When would Qin Wentian appear? In the air, a demonic beast let out a long roar. Auspicious light flashed as the carriage soared through the air. Qin Dangtian and Goddess Nikhang both walked out from the carriage. The two of them were so dazzling. In an instant, the gazes of countless people landed on them. Qin Zheng and his wife stood at the side of the ceremonial stage. Both of them had smiles on their faces. Goddess Nichang's clothes were simple, just like how she usually was. But who could snatch away her radiance? Congratulations, clan leader Qin. Someone congratulated. Heaven's son Qin Dangtian, the #1 beauty of the heaven region. Truly a match made in heaven. Everyone laughed. Qin Jing smiled and clasped his hands in reply. Qin Dangtian glanced at the beauty beside him. A faint smile could be seen on his handsome face. The two of them walked up the ceremonial stage. Today, he would be able to hug this beauty. Boom! Just as Qin Dangtian landed on the ceremonial stage, the ground of the Qin clan trembled. A muffled boom rang out like an earthquake. Boom, boom. The ground trembled continuously, the ceremonial stage also trembled. In an instant, numerous divine senses swept out as countless gazes stared at the area outside the Qin clan. He came. Who would have thought that he would really dare to come here today? This was simply crazy. Outside the Qin clan, it was unknown how many experts came. They didn't have the qualifications to enter the Qin clan and could only stand outside. But at the instant the ground trembled, their hearts trembled as well. The vast crowd actually involuntarily opened up a path. From afar, a figure slowly walked over. His gaze was calm as he stared ahead at the ancient Qin clan. Every step he took caused the ground to tremble. Qin Wentian came here alone. The crowd stared at the silhouette of this newcomer as their hearts trembled in fear. This was too crazy, he actually came to the Qin clan just like that. At this moment, Qin Wentian waved his hand. A moment later, a letter of challenge flew into the Qin clan, straight for the ceremonial stage and landed before Qin Dangtian. Chapter 1916. In the Qin clan, countless gazes stared outside. Their gazes seemed to be able to penetrate through space, landing on Qin Wentian, staring at the figure walking out from the crowd. The Qin Wentian right now was so outstanding, yet he also seemed so lonely. This place was the Qin clan, one of the 3 strongest hegemonic powers in the heaven region. Qin Wentian was alone, walking over step by step. In the eyes of many people, this was no different from courting death. Even if he was strong enough, even if he could fight against Qin Dangtian, so what? Would he be able to shake the Qin clan? In addition, Heaven's son Qin Dangtian might be able to take his life. At this moment, Qin Dangtian stared at the challenge letter floating before his eyes. His gaze was sharp to the extreme, even more terrifying than swords and sabers. Qin Wentian came, wanting to challenge him on the day of his wedding. For the battle today, everyone in the world was watching. He had to kill Qin Wentian outside the Qin clan. If not, would he still have the qualifications to be called Heaven's Son? Beside Qin Dangtian, Goddess Nichang's beautiful eyes stared into the distance. Many people turned their gazes to her, as though they wanted to see something from her gaze. After all, Qin Wentian chose to come on the day of her and Qin Dangtian's wedding. Although there was a grudge between the previous generations, many people still felt that there was a reason for this. Did something happen between Qin Wentian and Goddess Nichang exactly? No one knew if the rumors that were spreading wildly in the immortal realms would be verified today. However, no one could tell anything from Goddess Nichang's gaze. It was like she would always be like this, not revealing any emotions. Cold, like an ice mountain. Even on her wedding day, she was still like this. It was said that no one had ever seen Goddess Nichang smile before. Most probably, even Qin Dangtian hadn't seen her smile before. It was unknown how breathtaking the #1 beauty of the heaven region would be when she smiled. Qin Zheng and his wife also stared outside. They only saw Qin Zheng standing with his hands behind his back. His expression was extremely cold. Since Qin Wentian is here, there's no need for him to leave. They had no idea where he got his courage from to actually dare to step into the Qin clan. Boom! Another thunderous rumble rang out. Qin Wentian's footsteps halted. He stood outside the Qin clan and stared at the majestic castle ahead. Countless people in the surroundings hurriedly made way for him, retreating far away, leaving the place for Qin Wentian. From Qin Wentian, a faint might gushed forth. At the same time, on the ceremonial stage, Qin Dangtian's might also gushed forth. The two of them stared at each other in the air. Their fated battle was unavoidable. There were many experts guarding outside the Qin clan. Their gazes were cold as they stared at Qin Wentian. But at this moment, Qin Zheng spoke, "Let him in." Naturally, these people wouldn't be able to stop Qin Wentian. All the experts retreated, opening up a path. Qin Wentian could even directly walk towards the ceremonial stage. Qin Wentian issued a challenge to Heaven's Son Qin Dangtian, and everyone in the world knew about it. Also, today was the day of the grand wedding. Even if Qin Dangtian didn't want to reject the challenge, it was impossible for the Qin clan to act before Qin Dangtian was defeated. If not, the Qin clan wouldn't be able to afford to lose face. Qin Dangtian has already accepted the challenge. In that case, this battle would belong to Qin Wentian and Qin Dangtian. Qin Wentian didn't enter the Qin clan. He continued standing there and spoke, "Qin Zheng, back then my father defeated you here. The Qin clan was despicable, ganging up on my father and killing him. I'm sure the Qin clan still remembers this matter, right?" Qin Zheng's expression was cold. He didn't reply to Qin Wentian's words. He was the Qin clan leader. Today, with so many experts gathered here, he disdained to argue with Qin Wentian. A traitor of the Qin clan, even death cannot wipe out his crimes. A heavenly deity from the Qin clan spoke. "Qin Wentian, after you became a traitor, the blood of our Qin clan still flows in your veins. Today, you shall be stripped from the Qin clan. Do you want things to be the same as back then?" Qin Wentian laughed. "I won't enter the Qin clan. That place is a place of humiliation, dirtying my feet. One day, when I step into the Qin clan will vanish from this world." Arrogant. You don't know the immensity of death. Let's talk about it if you can survive today. Many experts from the Qin clan had looks of rage on their faces. Qin Wentian was too arrogant, simply not knowing the immensity of death. He already came here, could it be that he still wanted to leave? Let alone destroying the Qin clan. What a fool's dream. The powerful Qin clan that has stood tall in the heaven region for countless years has never wavered. They have always been lofty, standing in Qin City. How could they be shaken by a traitor like Qin Wentian? Once, Qin Zheng was defeated by my father and the Qin clan surrounded him. Today, I issued a letter of challenge to Qin Dangtian. After he is defeated, would the Qin clan act like they did in the past and surround him? Qin Wentian calmly asked. Will I be defeated? Qin Dangtian spoke. His magnificence was unmatched, his black hair fluttered in the wind. His starry eyes pierced through space and stared at Qin Wentian. He wouldn't be defeated. Since you are so confident, the battle between the two of you won't end until one of you is crippled or dies. How about it? Qin Wentian laughed. I will grant you your wish. Qin Dangtian calmly replied, incomparably confident. Although I know your words are useless and the moment you are defeated, the people of the Qin clan would definitely be driven to desperation and gang up on you. However, I still want to say this first so that everyone in the world can see the ugly side of the Qin clan. Qin Wentian continued. Today, since all the experts of the supreme ancient immortal realms are gathered here, let's all be witnesses. Before the ceremonial stage, the experts from the various peak powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms stared at Qin Wentian. From Qin Wentian's words, there was no lack of confidence. It was like Qin Dangtian would be defeated for sure. Interesting. The Qiankuan sect leader laughed. Since this is the case, my Qiankuan sect will be the witness. I believe that the Heaven's Son, Qin Dangtian, would definitely be able to defeat Qin Wentian. If he is defeated, I believe the other experts of the Qin clan wouldn't act. As a peak power of the heaven region, the Qin clan still has this much courage. The eyes of everyone flashed when they heard the Qiankuan sect leader's words. Although the majority of people felt that Qin Dangtian would win, what if Qin Dangtian was defeated? The Qin clan didn't say that they wouldn't interfere if Qin Dangtian was defeated. The Qiankuan sect leader was merely a guest today. Although he was speaking on the Qin clan side, that was under the precondition that Qin Dangtian would win. If not, many people laughed silently in their hearts as they stared at Qin Wentian. Seems like the Qiankuan sect leader also wanted to obtain Qin Wentian. Not only for him, Qin Wentian had the secret of the heaven vault in his hands. Who wouldn't want to obtain it? It was precisely because of this that Qin Wentian chose to challenge Qin Dangtian today. In the eyes of everyone, this was undoubtedly an act of madness. It was no different from courting death. The Qiankuan sect leader is right. If Qin Dangtian is defeated, given the status of the Qin clan, they naturally wouldn't do anything. The Qin clan can't afford to lose so much face. The experts from the Che clan agreed with the words of the Qiankuan sect leader. Although the possibility of Qin Wentian winning was very low, what if he won? At that time, they mustn't allow the Qin clan to find an excuse to capture Qin Wentian and imprison him. If that happened, the heaven vault would have nothing to do with them anymore. Qin Jing coldly snorted in his heart, he didn't reply. Qin Dangtian's coldness permeated the entire space. Even before the battle started, he already spoke of defeat. It was like everyone here today was waiting for him to be defeated. However, would he, Qin Dangtian, be defeated? Nick Heng, I'll be back soon. Wait for me. Qin Dangtian stared at the beautiful maiden beside him as a gentle look flashed in his eyes. After this battle, he would return to hold the wedding. From now onwards, the number one beauty of the heaven region would become his wife. The heaven son and the number one beauty of the heaven region should be together. It was fated. After speaking, Qin Dangtian stepped out, walking past everyone as he walked towards the exit of the Qin clan. Outside the Qin clan, the experts retreated unceasingly. Qin Dangtian finally arrived before Qin Wentian. The two of them stood facing each other. Once, I basically didn't have you in my eyes at all. In my world, you have never existed even though you are Qin Yuanfeng's son. Qin Dangtian's voice was filled with arrogance as he coldly spoke. However, I didn't expect that you would be able to walk until today and stand before me. I admire your courage, but your fate has long been determined. There will be no change. The heavenly deities of the Qin clan acted, creating a powerful barrier of light that enveloped the Qin clan. They naturally wouldn't allow the aftershocks of the battle to affect the Qin clan, no matter where the battlefield was. Qin Wentian calmly glanced ahead. After that, he calmly stared at Qin Dangtian. His figure soared up into the air. Qin Dangtian followed after him. Resplendent halos of ancient words appeared around him. In an instant, many ancient words revolved around him. He was like the reincarnation of a god king. Each ancient word contained an unfathomable power, containing the might of the heavenly Tao. Back then in the battle between the two of them, Qin Dangtian had already used such a method. Qin Wentian had experienced it before. Qin Wentian's expression was calm. With a casual wave of his hand, ancient runes lit up around him as well. Numerous ancient runes floated around him, flowing irregularly. This was actually somewhat similar to Qin Dangtian's method. This scene caused Qin Dangtian to frown. After that, he coldly laughed, "You want to learn my method? However, how can you comprehend the true meaning behind it?" Many experts had strange looks in their eyes when they saw the scene in the air. Qin Wentian and Qin Dangtian both had the bloodline of the Qin clan flowing in their veins. Back then, after the battle in the Heaven Vault, both of them actually learned the ancient words from Qin Dangtian, the Tao hidden within the words. However, how could they surpass Qin Dangtian? Learn from you? Qin Wentian laughed. His ancient words were imparted by the mysterious white-robed young man in the legendary place of the world of reincarnation. One flower, one world. If he was learning from Qin Dangtian, could it be that the white-robed young man was learning from Qin Dangtian as well? Was he, Qin Dangtian, even qualified? If Qin Dangtian knew of this, he most probably wouldn't have the courage to think so. Today, everyone in the world will see that the so-called Heaven Sun is nothing more than a joke. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. After that, he waved his hand, blasting out ancient words. Chapter 1917. The battle is starting. Countless gazes stared at the sky. Qin Wentian took the initiative to attack. Overestimating your capabilities. Qin Dangtian's black hair fluttered in the wind. He lifted his hand and similarly unleashed an ancient character. The two of them seemed to be using the same method. Now, let's see who is stronger. The two ancient characters clashed in the middle. Qin Wentian's ancient character transformed into a screen of sword light that contained the sword Tao of spacetime. It was like a sword river from the 9 heavens, capable of devouring everything, lacerating everything. Heavenly might permeated the air as the entire sky instantly transformed into a world of swords. The countless spectators only saw that the blue sky above their heads was no longer filled with white clouds. Heavenly deities, with a wave of their hands, could unleash a power that could destroy the heavens and earth. To many people in Qin City, today, they would be able to witness a rarely seen deity-level battle. A battle between heavenly deities, even in the supreme ancient immortal realms, wasn't commonly seen. It would only erupt during times of chaos. Usually, heavenly deities would be extremely cautious and wouldn't clash against each other. Even if they did, they wouldn't do it in front of everyone. Such an opportunity was extremely rare. Qin Dangtian's ancient character also erupted forth, transforming into a gigantic, fixed character that spanned across the heavens and earth, wanting to freeze the sky. It clashed against the sword river from the 9 heavens. Two different types of heavenly Tao energy clashed against each other. The sword river from the 9 heavens was as illusory as the heavens, capable of ripping apart everything. The fixed character wanted to block Qin Dangtian, but it was directly devoured by the sword river. The sword might from the spacetime sword shot towards Qin Dangtian. Clearly, in the first clash between the two ancient characters, Qin Wentian was actually a level higher. This scene caused the eyes of many to freeze. Qin Wentian seemed to be much stronger than what they had imagined. Was his ancient character technique truly inspired by Qin Dangtian? The ancient characters behind Qin Dangtian revolved. After that, beams of light shot out unceasingly, slamming into the air. In an instant, the sword river was completely enveloped, unable to advance any further. It was truly locked in place in the air as it gradually dissipated. Although he was at a disadvantage in the first clash, Qin Dangtian's expression didn't change at all. He was Heaven's son. In a battle between heavenly deities, how could his state of heart be affected by the strength of a single move? At most, Qin Wentian only surprised him a little. Seems like after so many years, Qin Wentian didn't waste it. But even so, the ending wouldn't change. Behind Qin Wentian, numerous ancient characters shot out, wanting to envelop Qin Dangtian. When the power of these ancient characters erupted, the space around Qin Dangtian seemed to be sealed. That terrifying sealing energy gushed towards Qin Dangtian, wanting to seal the heavenly Tao. During these years, you have indeed cultivated some techniques. Qin Dangtian calmly spoke. As the sound of his voice faded, the light around him frenziedly blasted out, penetrating through everything. The space before him was completely unobstructed. There were no obstructions between him and Qin Wentian. As for the terrifying Tao might around him, it was as though Qin Dangtian could disregard it. But even so, it would at most allow you to struggle a little longer. In the battle back then, you fled for your life. But today, how can the god's extinction path allow you to flee? Qin Dangtian continued. As the sound of his voice faded, his absolute beginning astral soul appeared. For a moment, his surroundings were incomparably dazzling as the heavenly Tao behind him unceasingly manifested its strongest might. During these years, Qin Dangtian's absolute beginning astral soul grew even stronger compared to the past. It now possessed an unfathomable might, capable of destroying the heavens and earth. When his absolute beginning astral soul was unleashed to the extreme, the entire space was filled with the light of the absolute beginning, enveloping everything. The ancient characters around Qin Wentian also seemed to be imprinted within his absolute beginning astral soul. After that, his absolute beginning astral soul actually seemed to be able to absorb the energy within and transform itself. From there, Qin Wentian could sense the power of the spacetime sword Tao contained within the ancient characters. Qin Wentian frowned. Qin Dangtian's absolute beginning astral soul seemed to be even stronger compared to the past. It was like back then, he had fused his divine wall Tao into his absolute beginning astral soul, allowing him to directly absorb all the energy in the world and transform it into his own. Such a terrifying Tao, as Qin Dangtian matured, would only grow more and more terrifying until he became invincible under the heavens. What a powerful Tao! Absolute beginning, the beginning of the heavens and earth. Qin Dangtian wants to find a Tao that can trace back to the past and present, the origin of the heavens and earth. His ambition is truly great. Someone silently mused. The experts from the various peak powers all felt wariness in their hearts. Heaven's son Qin Dangtian was truly a character. They had to be more careful. His future would definitely be extremely terrifying. The spacetime sword Tao you cultivate isn't bad. If I can defeat you in my hands, what would you think? Qin Dangtian spoke. His astral soul behind him transformed into a Tao as a spacetime black hole appeared in the sky. This black hole was formed from swords, terrifying to the extreme. Qin Wentian stared ahead. The spacetime sword Tao manifested itself. This Qin Dangtian's absolute beginning astral soul was truly powerful. Even though he was fated to be in this place, he still had to admit this point. If Qin Dangtian wasn't strong, how could he be qualified to be called Heaven's son? Qin Zheng and his wife, as well as the experts from the Qin clan, all had confident looks on their faces. For this battle, Qin Dangtian would win for sure. There was no suspense at all. After the God-confirmant battle in the Boundless Sea region, Qin Wentian's ego swelled to the point where he actually dared to look down on Heaven's Son. He would pay the heaviest price for this. Go! Qin Dangtian stabbed out with a finger. The spacetime sword Dao shot out from his finger, instantly causing the sky to turn dark. It was like the end of the world. Spacetime enveloped the sky, wanting to bury Qin Wentian. In just an instant, it directly descended, enveloping Qin Wentian within, ignoring time and space. Because, this was the spacetime sword Dao itself. Using Qin Wentian's Dao to deal with Qin Wentian. Heaven's Son, unparalleled in his generation. The people of the world sighed in admiration as they stared at Qin Wentian, who was buried by the spacetime sword Dao. How could he break this? Using my Dao to deal with me? Qin Wentian stared at this scene of destruction, yet his expression was as calm as ever. He stretched out his hand and in an instant, his palm was like a black hole, growing larger and larger. That black hole devoured everything as the boundless destructive sword Qi gushed into it. After that, the sword Qi was sealed within Qin Wentian's palm. It was like Qin Wentian's palm contained boundless space. In front of Qin Wentian's palm, an incomparably terrifying Dao might radiated forth. Boundless devouring light radiated outwards, wanting to devour time and space. Everything in the world was merely the size of a palm. The spacetime sword might dissipated. Qin Wentian still calmly stood there. He retracted his palm that was stretched out and calmly stood there. However, the people below were all dumbfounded. Their expressions were sluggish, they didn't dare to believe what they had just seen. Qin Wentian used the absolute beginning Dao might to absorb Qin Wentian's spacetime sword Dao, transforming it into a supremely powerful spacetime sword art. However, Qin Wentian only casually stretched out his hand. His palm was like the heaven vault he controlled, encompassing the 9 heavens and directly devouring the terrifying energy into his palm. What terrifying method was this? The hearts of many people pounded. This seemingly simple black hole in the palm definitely contained spatial, sealing, devouring, and many other law attributes. Also, it was manifested in the form of devouring. This indicated that Qin Wentian was also proficient in devouring. But according to the rumors, he seemed to be proficient in spacetime as well as sword attribute energy. After that, it was discovered that he also had the ability to seal things. Now, he even had the devouring attribute. This felt somewhat strange. You want to defeat me with just these few methods? Qin Wentian stared at Qin Wentian as he calmly spoke. You want to use my Dao to deal with me? However, if I control the myriad of Daos, can you transform them endlessly? Shameless boasting. Qin Wentian coldly spoke. In this world, who dares to claim to control the myriad of Daos? I have the absolute beginning Dao and can transform all Daos. This is the true foundation of the myriad of Daos. Is that so? Qin Wentian laughed. Do you think that your absolute beginning Dao is unique and unrivaled in the world? Why don't you guess what my 9th astral soul is? Qin Wentian laughed. I'm not interested. Qin Wentian coldly replied. Look carefully. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. Behind him, an astral soul appeared. In an instant, Qin Wentian's gaze froze. Not only for him, the experts of the Qin clan and the countless experts below all had strange looks on their faces when they saw that astral soul. This astral soul was actually the same as the one behind Qin Wentian. Even the color was the same. It was an absolute beginning astral soul that originated from the 9th heavenly layer. Qin Wentian's expression froze as he stared at Qin Wentian. After that, he coldly laughed. Not only did you imitate my ancient characters, right now, even your absolute beginning astral soul is the same. Could it be that you have no insights of your own? Everyone had strange looks on their faces. Qin Wentian was imitating Qin Wentian. In that case, how could he surpass Qin Wentian? Imitate you? Qin Wentian laughed. After that, he released his astral souls. In an instant, 9 astral souls appeared. 8 of them originated from the 8th heavenly layer and 1 from the 9th. Their astral souls illuminated the sky, incomparably resplendent. When everyone in the world saw the 9 astral souls, their hearts all trembled. Such a combination of astral souls was truly unrivaled in the world. Although there were many extraordinary characters in the supreme ancient immortal realms whose astral souls originated from the 9th heavenly layer, it was impossible for the first 8 astral souls to be more dazzling than Qin Wentian's. This seemed impossible, but the truth was right before their eyes. Open your eyes and look clearly. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. After that, all 9 of his astral souls vanished at the same time. But an instant later, the astral souls behind Qin Wentian lit up once more. The eyes of countless people froze there like they saw something unbelievable. Did you forget about the devouring attribute so quickly? Qin Wentian calmly spoke. This astral soul was a black hole-like devouring astral soul that originated from the 9th heavenly layer. It was different from the 9 astral souls from before. Only now did everyone recall that earlier when Qin Wentian revealed his devouring ability, they actually forgot about it because they were shocked by the combination of his astral souls. 10th astral soul, how can this be possible? The hearts of many trembled. This defied logic. It was impossible for stellar martial cultivators to have 10 astral souls. How can this be? Qin Wentian silently mused. He stared at Qin Wentian's astral souls. Could it be a smokescreen? Are you shocked? You are even more shocked. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. The devouring astral soul vanished, but an instant later, another astral soul appeared, causing the hearts of everyone to tremble. This was another completely different astral soul. It seemed to be the 11th astral soul. Qin Wentian, if you are heaven's son, chosen by the heavens, then what am I? Qin Wentian calmly spoke. His voice rang out, causing the hearts of countless people to tremble. Heaven's son. What was heaven's son exactly? Chapter 1918. Today, the experts of the supreme ancient immortal realms gathered here. Many people from the peak powers as well as countless experts from Qin City witnessed this scene. Qin Wentian displayed an astral soul that transcended logic. For stellar martial cultivators, when they reached the heavenly deity realm, they would have 9 astral souls. This was the law of cultivation. But now, there was actually someone who unleashed 11 astral souls. He stood there and asked the heaven's son, Qin Dangtian, if you are heaven's son, what am I? If the heavens chose you, why would I, Qin Wentian, be able to possess 11 astral souls? Qin Dangtian was speechless. The people of the world were speechless as well. They could only stare at this scene. The experts of the Qin clan all felt extremely complicated in their hearts. A descendant of their Qin clan actually had an existence with 11 astral souls. However, he had long since stood on the opposing side of the Qin clan, and wouldn't rest until one of them died. Right now, the people of the Qin clan even felt some doubts. Could heaven's son Qin Dangtian really win for sure? What if Qin Dangtian was defeated? What would the situation be like then? No wonder you can control the heaven vault. Seems like you have truly unraveled the secret of the heaven vault. The treasure your father obtained in the heaven vault back then must have been passed on to you, right? Qin Dangtian coldly spoke. This was also the conjecture of his father, Qin Zheng. Back then, the Qin clan spared no expense to search for my father's whereabouts, not willing to let him go. Was their purpose because of the treasure he obtained in the heaven vault? Qin Wentian replied. My ancestors were members of the Qin clan, but they couldn't win against the greed of the Qin clan. You are right, that treasure is already mine. Hence, I'm the controller of the heaven vault. To the current Qin Wentian, all the secrets on him were no longer considered secrets. He controlled the heaven vault, and even the supreme ancient immortal realms wanted to deal with him. In that case, so what if he revealed one more secret? When Qin Zheng and the experts of the Qin clan heard Qin Wentian admitting to it, their eyes gleamed with sharpness. In that case, they mustn't allow Qin Wentian to leave today. What a despicable clan. The descendants of the Qin clan had a fortuitous encounter, yet they spared no expense to obtain it. Today, I want to let the people of the Qin clan see everything. I'm here to tell the Qin clan that you will regret everything you have done. The Qin clan will eventually be destroyed. Qin Wentian slowly spoke. As the sound of his voice faded, a different astral soul appeared behind him, causing the eyes of everyone to freeze. This was the 12th astral soul. How many astral souls did Qin Wentian have? How many astral souls did Qin Wentian have? A thought appeared in someone's mind. However, even they themselves felt that it was absurd. How could this be possible? Qin Wentian's astral souls weren't limitless. In truth, he only had 17 astral souls. When his two clones fused together, each of them had 8 astral souls. After that, he condensed his astral souls from the 9 heavenly layers, forming a connection with the myriad of constellations in the 9 heavenly layers, giving birth to his 17th astral soul, which was also known as the tiny astral being. Hence, the number of astral souls Qin Wentian had was only 17. However, the astral souls formed from the astral souls had a unique characteristic. They were born from connecting with the countless constellations in the 9 heavenly layers. It was like a world of its own, containing countless constellations within. It could transform into any constellation that Qin Wentian could sense, and condense an astral soul. In other words, Qin Wentian's 17th astral soul, the astral soul, could transform into any astral soul he wanted. This was Qin Wentian's 17th astral soul. It was a single astral soul, but at the same time, it was also a trillion astral souls, containing boundless transformations. In this aspect, it was countless times more superior compared to Qin Dangtian's absolute beginning astral soul. At this moment, the astral soul that appeared behind Qin Wentian instantly enveloped the entire sky, enveloping the entire world. The entire sky seemed to be enveloped by the radiance of the astral soul, and within this world, numerous terrifying black holes appeared, each of them so deep that the bottom couldn't be seen. It was as though each black hole contained an entire world within. Astral souls transforming into Daos. Evidently, Qin Wentian had fused his Tao energy with his astral souls. This was a heavenly deity-level technique. And this astral soul was also an astral soul from the 9th heavenly layer. It was formed from an extremely powerful constellation. Back then when Qin Wentian sensed this constellation, he stepped on it and actually sensed the power of dimensional space. This caused people to sigh in admiration. Qin Wentian immediately tried to form an innate connection with this constellation, using it to comprehend the Tao. In the 9th heavenly layer, there were many extraordinary constellations. For example, his 8th astral soul, the River of Time, as well as his absolute beginning astral soul. The higher the heavenly layer, the stronger the constellations. Qin Wentian comprehended it and fused it into his own Tao, creating an extremely powerful heavenly Tao, the dimensional spacetime Tao. Upon seeing this astral soul and sensing the Tao might radiating from it, Qin Jing frowned. This time around, the feeling Qin Wentian gave him was completely different compared to the time when he first comprehended the Tao. Right now, Qin Wentian had truly transformed. He controlled the heavenly Tao and was like a supreme character, like the Lord of the heavenly Tao. Qin Zheng's confidence in Qin Wentian's victory also started to waver. Now, it all depended on whether Qin Wentian's absolute beginning Tao could subdue Qin Wentian or not. During these years of cultivation, Qin Wentian didn't waste any of it. His strongest technique was the absolute beginning Tao. Compared to the time when he fought against Qin Wentian back then, it wasn't just a little stronger. It had also undergone a transformation. He once fought against Qin Wentian and once evaluated that if Qin Wentian was given a few more years, Qin Wentian would definitely surpass him. The gazes of the people of the world grew increasingly excited. Now, this was a true confrontation. Before this, many people thought that this battle would be a one-sided one. Heaven's Son would undoubtedly suppress Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian's anger was merely an impulse after his ego swelled up. But now, they understood that Qin Wentian truly had the ability to fight against Heaven's Son. During these years, the two most outstanding young men in the supreme ancient immortal realms were both here. Right now, they were fighting outside the Qin clan. Qin Wentian didn't say anything more. Right now, only victory could prove everything. Even if Qin Wentian obtained a miraculous encounter and condensed more than 9 astral souls, so what of it? The victory of this battle would still belong to him. Everything that Qin Yuanfeng experienced in the past would happen to Qin Wentian once again. This would be the samsara of history. There would be no changes. Numerous ancient runes entered the absolute beginning astral soul and frenziedly transformed. In an instant, a gigantic Ding character appeared, soaring up into the sky. At this instant, everyone could see countless Ding characters stacking on top of each other, blasting towards the dimension world created by Qin Wentian, wanting to freeze the entire dimension world in place, causing the dimensional black hole to stop spinning and the powerful spatial storm to stop. Absolute beginning Tao, extreme evolution. Everyone silently mused. Qin Wentian strengthened the power of his Tao. Right now, ordinary heavenly deities wouldn't even be able to withstand a single strike from him. Some heavenly deities sighed in admiration. They could sense that if they were the ones fighting against Qin Wentian, they would be in an extremely miserable state. The disparity between heavenly deities could be boundlessly vast. They had no idea how these two figures in the sky cultivated. The space where Qin Wentian was at kept distorting. The Ding character seemed to be twisting as well. The might of the Tao was being sliced apart bit by bit. After that, it dissipated like smoke. Is the power of the absolute beginning Tao only this much? Qin Wentian mocked. Qin Wentian's expression was calm. He folded hand seals as all the ancient runes floated before him, fusing into his absolute beginning astral soul. The absolute beginning astral soul behind him seemed to be undergoing endless transformations. The Tao became stronger and stronger as a heaven-shaking might gushed forth. Qin Wentian seemed to be carrying the power of the 10,000 Taos on his back, resembling a supreme god of war. Qin Dangtian stretched out his finger. In an instant, countless ancient characters transformed into divine imprints that blasted out, slamming into the dimensional black hole, causing the black hole to collapse. The Tao of absolute beginning, returning all Taos to the beginning. The divine imprints blasted out, causing the sky to tremble. It was like a world-destroying divine art. Everything returned to its origin. Even dimensional energy had to return to its origin, transforming into nothingness. In addition, these divine imprints still shone with a resplendent light. They were connected to the absolute beginning astral soul and seemed to contain boundless energy that would never stop. Qin Wentian ignored these divine imprints. His gaze directly landed on Qin Wentian as he pointed his finger at him. In an instant, the space around Qin Wentian distorted. His body directly appeared as his sword slashed out. A dimensional sword slashed out, severing time and space. The connection between the divine imprints and Qin Wentian was severed. Qin Wentian stretched out his palm as a terrifying dimensional black hole appeared, wanting to devour everything, wanting to devour Qin Wentian's body. The absolute beginning astral soul absorbed the energy in Qin Wentian's palm. After that, in the screen of light behind Qin Wentian, numerous black hole palms appeared as well, wanting to devour everything. Learning from me? Qin Wentian laughed mockingly, as though he was replying to what Qin Wentian had said to him earlier. Qin Wentian said that Qin Wentian wanted to learn from him. However, reality proved that Qin Wentian had many methods, there was no need for him to learn from him. You don't have my astral soul or my law attribute energy. How can you learn from me? Qin Wentian laughed. After that, the boundless dimensional energy frenziedly gushed into the screen of light behind Qin Wentian, gushing into the black hole. He wanted to see how Qin Wentian would be able to withstand such violent energy. Although the absolute beginning Tao could evolve endlessly, that was only in theory. If Qin Wentian cultivated to the ultimate realm, he might be able to form an ultimate Tao. But now, it was clearly impossible for him to do so. If not, even his father Qin Jing wouldn't be his opponent. The absolute beginning Tao was a Tao that could allow one to reach the pinnacle of strength. But before that, it wasn't perfect. As the boundless energy gushed into the black hole, the astral soul behind Qin Wentian also trembled, as though it wasn't that stable. Clearly, he truly didn't have the ability to evolve his energy to the pinnacle. But at this moment, Qin Wentian's eyes flashed with an extremely cold light. He spoke, "It's enough to deal with you." As the sound of his voice faded, the palm-sized black hole collapsed. The boundless energy directly gushed into the absolute beginning astral soul, wanting to shatter it. Chapter 1919. Qin Wentian's astral souls trembled as though he was enduring an extreme pressure. His absolute beginning astral soul had the ability to transform everything and could even absorb the attacks of others. However, when Qin Wentian's attacks reached a terrifying degree, even his absolute beginning astral soul found it hard to withstand it. Before this, when Qin Dangtian used his absolute beginning astral soul to form a dimensional black hole, it was the same as Qin Wentian's. But after all, that was a manifestation of the absolute beginning astral soul and didn't contain the true power of Qin Wentian's dimension. Hence, he had no way to digest it. Hence, he could only refine it into his absolute beginning astral soul. Qin Wentian's absolute beginning astral soul blotted out the sun. His astral soul seemed to be on the verge of collapse. Qin Wentian's long black hair fluttered in the wind as he continued to absorb energy. His resplendent eyes stared at Qin Wentian, gleaming with coldness and determination. He was heaven's son, how could he lose? How could he lose? Today was the day of his grand wedding. Everyone in the world was here to spectate. He couldn't afford to lose, and he wouldn't lose either. So what if you had a miraculous encounter? The absolute beginning astral soul is the strongest Tao art in the world, the ultimate heavenly Tao. Qin Wentian arrogantly spoke. He had absolute confidence in his absolute beginning astral soul. As the sound of his voice faded, the absolute beginning astral soul actually countered Qin Wentian's attack. In addition, it contained the ultimate manifestation of Qin Wentian's own Tao. Everyone only saw beams of apocalyptic light piercing through the sky. Everywhere it passed by, everything would be destroyed. There seemed to be no power that could block it. In Qin City, countless people inclined their heads and stared at the sky. The scene in the sky was too terrifying, blotting out the sun as a suffocating pressure bore down. Although the location of their battle was extremely high up in the sky, everyone in Qin City could still feel the true heavenly might. Qin Wentian naturally also felt this power. However, his expression was as calm as ever. He who fought against Qin Wentian before naturally understood that the Qin Wentian today was much stronger compared to back then. In addition, he had experienced the might of the absolute beginning astral soul's absolute beginning astral soul before. Hence, he wasn't surprised by this scene. However, even though Qin Dangtian risked his life to unleash this strike, it was destined that he wouldn't be able to do as he wished. Because this world was a world of Tao that belonged to him. He waved his hands and in an instant, an incomparably gigantic dimensional black hole appeared before him. Qin Dangtian's attacks instantly blasted over, entering the dimensional black hole. It was as though they had entered a dimension created by him. Moreover, this entire world was created by his dimensional spacetime Tao. Here, he could control everything. Countercurrent. Qin Wentian finally spat out 2 words. At the instant the sound of his voice faded, Qin Wentian's heart trembled. Around him, a spatial tempest manifested, and after that, an apocalyptic might gushed forth, gushing towards him. Weren't these attacks the power he unleashed earlier? He used the power of the absolute beginning Tao art to counter-attack Qin Wentian. However, Qin Wentian used his dimensional spacetime Tao, causing time and space to distort, even reversing the flow of time to attack him. In just an instant, Qin Wentian felt like his body was about to be buried by the boundless attacks. He had already endured an incomparably powerful attack, causing his astral souls to tremble violently. Right now, an even more powerful attack was about to land on him. Would Qin Wentian still be able to endure it? Dang er. In the Qin clan, Qin Wentian's mother called out. Her beautiful eyes flashed with worry as she involuntarily stepped out. Not only for her, at this moment, Qin Jing also involuntarily walked out, soaring up into the sky. This battle had already surpassed his expectations. Qin Wentian's strength was also beyond his expectations, far surpassing his imagination. Qin Dangtian created a divine wall. Ancient words revolved around it, blocking all the incoming attacks. His body felt like it was about to be buried within the Tao art. Thunderous rumbling sounds rang out, the sky was trembling, the earth was trembling, even the sky was shaking. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed with killing intent. There was no room for reconciliation between him and the Qin clan. If there was a chance, Qin Wentian wouldn't spare him. Similarly, if there was a chance, he wouldn't spare Qin Wentian either. Qin Wentian was Qin Zheng's son, and he was also the enemy who crippled his uncle, the Sky Order heavenly deity. Also, if Qin Wentian died, this wedding that had yet to be held would naturally be meaningless. This was one of the reasons why he chose to challenge Qin Wentian today. As long as Goddess Nikhang hasn't become Qin Wentian's wife, the person he wanted to kill wouldn't be her husband. There was no need for them to become enemies. He didn't wish to face Goddess Nikhang at the same time as Qin Wentian. Kill. From Qin Wentian, dimensional spacetime swords erupted forth, traversing through everything, ignoring the distance of time and space as they shot towards Qin Wentian. At this moment, an incomparably bright light suddenly erupted from Qin Wentian. After that, it was as though the power of the 10,000 Daos in the heavens was unleashed. This was an armor, the supreme treasure of the Qin clan, the myriad law armor. Within it, the Tao of the Qin clan's ancestor was contained within. At this moment it was able to defend against the incoming attacks. With a thunderous boom, Qin Wentian's body was flung through the air. However, the armor still floated before him, protecting him from the most terrifying attacks. The myriad law armor. Qin Jing actually gave this treasure to Qin Wentian. The eyes of everyone flashed. Many experts from the peak powers knew of this supreme treasure of the Qin clan. Qin Wentian had also seen it before. Back then in the god's extinction path, when his grandfather appeared to deal with Qin Zheng and the others, Qin Zheng had taken out this treasure when he was fleeing. He didn't expect that Qin Zheng would actually pass it to Qin Wentian. The heavenly Tao might from Qin Wentian gushed forth once more. He wanted to continue attacking, but a beam of divine punishment light appeared in the sky. After that, boundless divine punishment energy locked down the world he was in. Qin Wentian naturally knew who was the one who acted. He turned his gaze downwards and saw Qin Jing flying over. Behind him, his wife and the other heavenly deities of the Qin clan were all in the air, surrounding Qin Wentian. Just like what everyone expected, if Qin Wentian was truly defeated, it was impossible for the Qin clan to not act. He was the future overlord of the Qin clan, Heaven's son. His talent was unparalleled. Would the Qin clan allow him to die? Although this was a very humiliating matter, especially in front of everyone in the world, face or Qin Wentian's life, which was more important. There was basically no need to think. Qin Wentian also understood this. Hence, he wanted to take this chance to kill Qin Wentian in a single strike. However, with the myriad law armor around, it was impossible for him to do so. In a short instant, Qin Wentian was in the midst of all the heavenly deities. Each and every heavenly deity radiated heavenly might, enveloping the entire sky. Qin Wentian laughed, his laughter was cold and filled with mockery. He stared at Qin Wentian only to see that right now, Qin Wentian's long hair covered his face. He lowered his head, no longer exuding the aura he exuded earlier. As Heaven's son, he was actually defeated. His absolute beginning Tao art lost to Qin Wentian's Tao. He achieved divine might earlier than Qin Wentian. When he was in the Tiandao Sacred Academy, he once looked down on Qin Wentian for not understanding the heavenly Tao. But now, he was actually defeated by Qin Wentian. In front of everyone, on the day of his grand wedding, the Qin Wentian now felt as though his heart was being sliced by blades. He had never felt such a sense of defeat before. In his life, how carefree, how glorious was he. He was born unparalleled, chosen by the heavens, crippling the heavenly mandate realm during the God conferment battle. But everything would be crushed in this battle. All his glory, all his pride, everything would be crushed in a single battle. He, Qin Wentian, was defeated. The people of the world also stared at Qin Wentian, who had his head lowered in the air, as well as that arrogant figure standing there. Countless emotions appeared in their hearts. Heaven's son, Qin Wentian, a supreme genius of the Qin clan. Just when everyone thought that he would be the victor, he was actually defeated. He was defeated by Qin Wentian, the son of Qin Yuanfeng, a young heavenly deity who ascended to the heavenly deity realm 200+ years ago. Qin Wentian's fame has long circulated through the supreme ancient immortal realms. However, everyone felt that he didn't have the strength to match his fame. The main reason was because of goddess Nikhang and the heaven vault. But now, everyone understood that even without goddess Nikhang and the heaven vault, an existence like Qin Wentian wouldn't be able to block his radiance. His name was destined to resound through the supreme ancient immortal realms. Qin Wentian naturally wouldn't know what the people of the world were thinking. He only stared at the people in the surroundings. What a familiar scene. I'm sure the people of the Qin clan aren't foreign to this scene, right? Qin Wentian's voice was low and heavy, cold to the extreme. Because, his father had once experienced such a scene. He defeated Qin Zheng but was surrounded by the elders of the Qin clan. In the end, his fate ended up outside the Qin clan. Right now, it was like a cycle of samsara. He defeated Qin Dangtian but suffered the same treatment as his father. Would his ending be different from his father? Qin Wentian, back then when your father obtained a supreme treasure, he wanted to keep it for himself and refused to hand it over to the clan. In fact, he didn't even hesitate to fall out with the clan, all for the sake of his own benefits. Right now, everything of your father's inheritance has been passed on to you, including hatred. Since this is the case, the clan can only clean up the clan once again. Qin Zheng coldly spoke. Qin Dangtian was already defeated, what else could he say? Any words he said would only be criticized by others. But no matter what, he still had to act. Ha ha ha. Qin Wentian laughed uproariously. The dignified clan leader of the Qin clan actually dares to say such shameless words in front of everyone? The treasure his father obtained actually had to be handed over to the clan. In that case, who would he hand it over to? Qin Zheng and his father? It sounded so ridiculous. Qin Zheng, if you do this, it would be an insult to the prestige of the Qin clan. At this moment, a calm voice rang out. The eyes of everyone flashed as they stared at the person who spoke. It was none other than the Qinkuan sect leader. As expected, the Qinkuan sect leader was the first one who couldn't control himself and spoke. Clearly, he wouldn't allow Qin Wentian to fall into the hands of the Qin clan so easily. However, this place was the Qin clan. Could it be that the Qianquan sect leader wanted to fight against the Qin clan? Chapter 1920. Upon seeing the Qianquan sect leader interfering, Qin Zheng's expression turned Qianquan cold. He coldly glanced at the Qianquan sect leader. This is an internal matter of my Qin clan. Earlier Qin Wentian came to challenge Heaven's choice Qin Dangtian and issued a challenge. Your son Qin Dangtian accepted it, and now that he was defeated, the people of the Qin clan surrounded him in front of everyone. Qin Zheng, are you not afraid that the Qin clan would be ridiculed by everyone? The Qianquan sect leader laughed. As for internal matters, Qin Yuanfeng betrayed the Qin clan back then and was killed by your Qin clan. Right now, Qin Wentian also said that the Qin clan is a disgrace and has no relationship with the Qin clan. How can this be considered an internal matter? In that case, you want to interfere in the matters of my Qin clan today? Qin Zheng calmly asked, his tone filled with unfriendliness. He had to capture Qin Wentian no matter what. Qin Wentian's body was related to the treasure Qin Yuanfeng obtained back then, and the people of the Qin clan even saw the effect of the treasure. Not long ago, Qin Wentian released his 12th astral soul, and in a short period of over 200 years, his comprehension of the Tao reached such a level, defeating Heaven's choice. How could the Qin clan let him off? Since Qin Wentian has already been defeated, if the Qin clan still cares about face, you shouldn't interfere anymore. You should bring Qin Wentian away to carry out the unfinished wedding. As for Qin Wentian, he controls the secret of the Heaven Vault. How can we allow your Qin clan to bring him away? The Qianquan sect leader laughed. Many experts from the various powers walked out. After they saw the strength Qin Wentian displayed, not only did they feel an intense desire for the Heaven Vault, they also wanted to obtain Qin Wentian's body. The secret of 12 astral souls, how did Qin Wentian accomplish it exactly? As for today, it was supposed to be Qin Dangtian's wedding day. But right now, no one was paying attention to it. His beautiful bride, the number one beauty of the heaven region, goddess Nikhang, was also ignored on the stage. Her beautiful eyes stared at Qin Wentian, who was surrounded by the crowd as great waves rose in her heart. In such a dangerous situation, why would he appear and choose to challenge Qin Dangtian today? In fact, earlier, it was clear that he wanted to kill Qin Dangtian. Was it because he wanted to stop this wedding? Qin Wentian's white robes fluttered in the wind. He calmly stood in the air. From the moment he arrived, he already knew that he would face such a situation. This was something his father had experienced before, and he was extremely familiar with it. He naturally wouldn't doubt the shamelessness of the Qin clan. There was no need to doubt what the Qin clan would choose between Qin Dangtian and their face. Qin Dangtian, from today onwards, what face do you have to establish yourself in the supreme ancient immortal realms? What face do you have to call yourself Heaven's son? Are you even worthy? Qin Wentian stared at the figure before him, who had his head lowered. Qin Dangtian's body trembled slightly. The more lofty and lofty a supreme genius was, the harder they would fall after being defeated. Qin Wentian's words caused his heart to waver. This is just a battle. Don't let it affect your heart. In the future, work hard in your cultivation and stand at the peak of the supreme ancient immortal realms. The people of the world would only look up to you in admiration, your legend. Even if you were defeated in the past, it would only become a legend. Qin Zheng spoke. Back then, he walked his path like this. He was once defeated by Qin Yuanfeng, but now, he had climbed to the peak. As the Qin clan leader, the people of the world would only look up to him. Who would remember his past? Qin Wentian wanted to waver Qin Dangtian's Tao heart. How could he agree to this? At this moment, even if Qin Dangtian was a heavenly deity, he still needed some words of encouragement to motivate him. Qin Dangtian slowly inclined his head. When he stared at Qin Wentian, his gaze turned resolute once again. His pitch-black eyes, his long black hair, every strand of hair on his body radiated the tenacity of his will. After wavering, he was still the Heaven's Son. Qin Dangtian, how could he be defeated so easily? He, Qin Dangtian, was the future of the Qin clan. Qin Wentian stared at Qin Dangtian's eyes. He knew that Qin Dangtian had already recovered. He silently mused that as expected of Heaven's Son, Qin Dangtian truly had his outstanding points. However, a look of disdain could still be seen on his face. Although I was defeated today, I didn't lose because of my Tao. The absolute beginning Tao is the ultimate Tao of the heavens and earth. If I cultivate it to the limit, I would definitely be able to attain a supreme Tao. Qin Dangtian slowly spoke. His Tao heart didn't waver. He still firmly believed that the absolute beginning Tao he cultivated was the ultimate Tao. You borrowed the power of the secret treasure you obtained, allowing you to surpass 9 astral souls and comprehend a unique ability, defeating me. However, this doesn't mean that you have won against me. I will eventually surpass you. Qin Dangtian continued. As the sound of his voice faded, his gaze grew increasingly resolute. Is that so? In that case, I'll wait for that day. The prerequisite is, can you get your father and the people of the Qin clan to disperse? Qin Wentian mocked. Qin Dangtian's eyes flashed, he glanced at Qin Zheng but didn't say anything. The mockery in Qin Wentian's eyes grew even more intense. He coldly spoke, don't lie to yourself and others. If you were defeated, so be it. Why are you saying so many motivational words? After I was defeated, my father and the experts of your clan attacked me together, yet you still spoke of surpassing me in the future. You want to wait until the experts of your clan attack me together and after I died? Is this Heaven's Son? Time will prove everything. Qin Dangtian spoke. His silhouette flashed as he left his original location, flying towards the Qin clan's ceremony stage. Although his gaze was resolute, there was a hint of dispiritedness in his heart. When he stared at the beautiful countenance of his fiancée, he felt some consolation in his heart. He stretched out his hand, wanting to hold Goddess Nichang's hand. This woman before him would become his wife. However, Goddess Nikhang didn't extend her hand. She took a small step back instead. Qin Dangtian frowned and called out, Nikhang. Goddess Nikhang inclined her head. Her beautiful eyes stared at Qin Wentian in the air as she asked, did you challenge Qin Dangtian today because of me? Qin Wentian started when he heard Goddess Nichang's question. After that, he smiled at her and nodded lightly, yes. He could choose any time to challenge Qin Dangtian but he chose today precisely because he didn't wish to see Goddess Nikhang marrying Qin Dangtian. He wanted to put in some effort. If his efforts were useless, he could only sigh. At the very least, he had tried his best and had a clear conscience. The eyes of countless people froze as they stared at Qin Wentian and Goddess Nikhang. There were rumors regarding the two of them in the supreme ancient immortal realms. But now, Goddess Nikhang actually personally asked Qin Wentian and Qin Wentian actually admitted it. Those rumors were about to be verified. In such a situation, it was like a slap to the face of everyone. What should the Qin clan do? Heaven's Son, where would his face go? The people of the Qin clan weren't in a hurry to deal with Qin Wentian. They were all staring at Goddess Nikhang with unsightly expressions. This was especially so for Qin Zheng and his wife. Their brows were tightly furrowed. Nikhang, you will be the future mother of the Qin clan. How can you speak to a vile spawn of the Qin clan? Remember your status. Qin Zheng's wife spoke, reminding Goddess Nikhang. She was worried that Goddess Nikhang would say something she shouldn't say. I know. Goddess Nikhang calmly spoke. She bowed to the experts of the Qin clan and said, I've let down the Qin clan. The expressions of everyone froze. The experts of the Qin clan furrowed their brows even more. Qin Dangtian clenched his fists. He had a bad premonition. Back then when I was cultivating in the heaven vault, I was once kidnapped and experienced some things. Hence, he came to look for me today. I know that I've let down the Qin clan. Let's forget about the marriage today. Goddess Nikhang calmly spoke. Cracking sounds rang out as green veins popped out on Qin Dangtian's fists. His expression was contorted. He just experienced a defeat and his state of heart was shaken. However, just when he steadied his heart, an even more ruthless blow landed on him. Before the eyes of everyone, before the wedding, Goddess Nikhang said that when she was kidnapped by Qin Wentian, something happened because Qin Wentian came to look for her and challenged the Heaven Sun. In that case, what happened? Was there anything that could strike a man even more? Not only for Qin Dangtian, countless people in the Qin clan also felt a great humiliation. Their expressions were all extremely unsightly. Today, their Qin clan invited everyone here to hold a grand wedding. But no one expected that they would experience such a melodramatic ending. The people from the various powers who came to offer their congratulations were all dumbfounded when they heard Goddess Nichang's words. This Goddess Nikhang was already Qin Wentian's woman. This, awesome. Lin Xiao praised. His gaze was filled with admiration when he looked at Qin Wentian. In fact, there was even a hint of worship in his eyes. He glanced at the mystical maiden from the Nine Heavens mystical palace. The mystical maiden seemed to have sensed something and glared fiercely at Lin Xiao. This bastard actually dared to have such thoughts. Lin Xiao smiled. He knew that he was extremely audacious, but he was truly a little lacking when it came to this. Qin Wentian was truly a peak-tier character. Is this revenge against the Qin clan? Everyone silently mused. At that time, Goddess Nikhang was already Qin Wentian's fiancée. Yet, Qin Wentian actually forced himself on her. Hatred, jealousy, worship, all sorts of gazes landed on Qin Wentian. However, the Qin Wentian at this moment also felt extremely depressed. This scapegoat, he felt a little wronged. However, he was also extremely shocked in his heart. He basically didn't expect Goddess Nikhang to say such words. She was ruining her own reputation and her purpose was naturally to cancel the wedding. She actually had such determination. Since Goddess Nikhang already said this, it was impossible for the Qin clan to still want to marry her, right? Qin Wentian bitterly smiled. He also didn't know what Goddess Nikhang was thinking about exactly. Nikhang, tell me this isn't true. Qin Wentian stared at the figure before him. The number one beauty of the heaven region, the person who was originally going to become his wife, actually played such a huge joke on him. If you hate me, just kill me. Goddess Nikhang calmly spoke. Many cold gazes from the Qin clan landed on her beautiful face. There were some people who truly wanted to kill her. This was a humiliation that the Qin clan would never be able to erase. Today, the Qin clan was humiliated twice in a row. Scram! Within the Qin clan, a cold voice rang out. Killing Goddess Nikhang was useless and would only cause the Qin clan to lose even more face. In name, the Qin clan and deity Chu were friends. Goddess Nikhang was humiliated by Qin Wentian. What did it count as if they killed Goddess Nikhang? Qin Wentian. Upon thinking of this, numerous shocking auras bore down on Qin Wentian. The hatred between them deepened once again. Chapter 1921. Extreme Humiliation. The Heaven Sun was defeated. To the Qin clan, it was already extremely shameful. Goddess Nikhang, as the future matriarch of the Qin clan, was engaged to Qin Dangtian. But on the day of their wedding, such a thing actually spread out. What else could be more humiliating than what happened today? This was especially so for Qin Dangtian. The various hegemonic powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms all came to attend his wedding. He arrogantly said that he would kill Qin Wentian first before holding the wedding. Now, he was defeated. After that, his fiancée said such words. No matter how good Qin Dangtian's temperament was, he couldn't help but to waver. His handsome face contorted as he stood there unmoving. Goddess Nichang's expression was as cold as ever. A single word of "scram" rang out through the air. Although she had insulted the Qin clan, to Goddess Nichang herself, wasn't she suffering a great humiliation when she said these words? She silently walked down the ceremonial platform and walked towards the exit of the Qin clan. Countless gazes landed on her. There were all sorts of strange gazes, and there were even some who had dirty thoughts in their hearts. However, Goddess Nichang didn't seem to have seen them. She continued walking forward calmly. Her back view was so beautiful yet so lonely. Qin Wentian turned his gaze downwards, staring at that lonely back view. He actually felt a faint bitterness in his heart. He thought back to the beauty he once saw. In the world of reincarnation, under the rainbow, that dazzling smile. She should have been so radiant, but now, she was so despicable. Was this caused by him? If he didn't come today, her wedding with Qin Dangtian would be the focus of everyone's attention, becoming the object of envy of everyone. Was his decision right or wrong? He understood that Goddess Nichang didn't care about her reputation because she had no other methods to destroy this marriage. This was something that she and Chu Shen agreed to. How could the marriage of the Qin clan be destroyed so easily? Hence, she chose to destroy her own reputation. She was lonely, no one knew what she was thinking in her heart. Chu Shen once said that this might be because she didn't have her parents by her side, causing her to have such a lonely personality. She didn't like to confide in others and would hide all her thoughts in her heart. The her at this moment, other than loneliness, there was also determination and stubbornness. The number one beauty of the heaven region, Goddess Nichang, actually used such a method to end the wedding. How much courage did she need? Goddess Nichang walked out of the Qin clan's entrance and walked into the distance step by step. However, she didn't leave. She found a place with no one around and inclined her head to stare at the sky, as though she wanted to see what would happen to the white-robed figure in the air. He wanted to stop this wedding, he didn't want her to marry Qin Dangtian. She did it, but what about him? In the face of such a situation, how could he escape? At this moment, Qin Wentian truly felt the anger of the experts of the Qin clan. This was especially so for Qin Zheng and his wife. Their eyes burned with flames, wanting nothing more than to tear Qin Wentian into a million pieces. In fact, they didn't even want to leave him alive, they only wanted to vent their anger. Qin Wentian was their only son. He was heaven's son and was their pride. But today, all of their pride was shattered by Qin Wentian. They understood that from today onwards, heaven's son would become the laughing stock of many people in the supreme ancient immortal realms. The heaven's sun was once so dazzling. Would Qin Wentian be able to face all of this? Boom! In the air, the boundless space transformed into the divine punishment sky. The entire sky was covered by a golden divine formation, causing the sky to collapse and the earth to be destroyed. Even the vast Qin city seemed to be enveloped by it. There were countless people in Qin city. They inclined their heads and stared at the golden divine formation in the sky, feeling a stifling pressure. Seems like Qin Zheng has already been completely enraged. He was prepared to ignore the experts from the various peak powers and directly act against Qin Wentian. Beams of light from the divine formation bore down, directly locking onto Qin Wentian's body. The millions and millions of territories around him were all covered. Where could he escape? This was a world-destroying divine formation, a true heavenly punishment. Who would be able to evade it? Qin Wentian inclined his head and stared at the divine formation in the sky. His expression was cold. For heavenly deities, the heavenly daos would naturally have differences in strength. Qin Zheng's comprehension of the heavenly daos has already reached an extremely deep level. If not, How could he become the Qin clan leader, one of the peak characters in the supreme ancient immortal realms? Cripple him first. Beside Qin Zheng, his wife coldly spoke. Her resentment towards Qin Wentian was extremely great. Her son had to endure such humiliation. As a mother, one could very well imagine how much hatred she had for Qin Wentian. Qin clan leader, wouldn't you lose face by doing this? A voice rang out. The Qiankuan sect leader's figure suddenly appeared not far away from Qin Wentian. A Qiankuan diagram appeared behind him as Qiankuan light flashed, blotting out the sky, enveloping this boundless space, including Qin Wentian. If you obstruct me, don't blame me for being impolite. How could Qin Zheng give up? His heart to deal with Qin Wentian would never waver. Many experts from the major powers were still spectating, feeling somewhat surprised that the Qiankuan sect leader would step out at the first instant. In truth, it didn't matter even if Qin Wentian was crippled. It was fine as long as he was still alive. Their purpose was to prevent Qin Wentian from obtaining the inheritance. Even if they crippled Qin Wentian, it would be fine as long as they didn't allow the Qin clan to devour Qin Wentian. There was no need for them to fight against Qin Zheng for the sake of Qin Wentian. How many years has it been since we fought against each other? Back then when we were still young, we fought against each other. I truly wish to spar against you again. The Qiankuan sect leader laughed. Clearly, he and Qin Zheng grew up in the same generation. Right now, both of them stood at the peak of the supreme ancient immortal realms, becoming a clan leader and a sect leader respectively. Since this is the case, I will grant you your wish. Boundless divine punishment energy rained down from the sky. Golden bolts of lightning ignored the distance between them and landed on the location where Qin Wentian and the Qiankuan sect leader were at, wanting to make this space vanish from this world. Behind the Qiankuan sect leader, Qiankuan light shone resplendently, shielding him and Qin Wentian. A supreme Tao might erupted forth as he coldly spoke, Qiankuan reversal. As the sound of his voice faded, boundless divine punishment energy rained down. After that, it actually flowed against the current, heading towards the divine formation in the sky, causing the divine formation to explode. Everyone felt as though the sky was about to explode. The Qiankuan sect was different from the Qin clan. The Qin clan was proficient in all sorts of Daos. Qin Zheng and Qin Dangtian were father and son, hence, the Daos they cultivated were different. But for the people of the Qiankuan sect, they all cultivated the same Tao. This was the Qiankuan Grand Tao. They felt that the Qiankuan Grand Tao was the ultimate Tao, able to unify the universe. This was also the origin of the name, Qiankuan sect. Naturally, although everyone eventually comprehended the Qiankuan Grand Tao, because everyone's cultivation base was different and their astral souls were different, the process of their comprehension would be different. In the end, the might of their Tao would also be different. The Qiankuan sect leader had clearly cultivated the Qiankuan Grand Tao to a terrifying degree. He could use Qiankuan reversal at will, causing Qin Zheng's divine punishment energy to be unable to land on him. Qin Zheng stared at the Qiankuan sect leader's tyrannical strength. His expression was incomparably cold. He suddenly felt some doubt. Why did the Qiankuan sect leader want to protect Qin Wentian? Was his purpose really because he didn't want him to obtain Qin Wentian? Also, Qin Wentian came here today to challenge his son. Could it be that the Qiankuan sect leader didn't have any path of retreat? Even though he knew he would die for sure, he still wanted to fight. For a beautiful woman. Even if he truly had a relationship with goddess Nikhang, it didn't seem to be a life-and-death relationship. If not, goddess Nikhang wouldn't have waited until now to break the engagement. Since this was the case, why would Qin Wentian send himself to death just to stop this wedding? At this moment, within the Qin clan, a terrifying might gushed forth. It was like the person who spoke the word scram earlier. This aura enveloped the entire sky, causing the people from the various peak powers to feel a sense of pressure. Their gazes turned to the Qin clan. This person should be none other than Qin Ding, right? Everyone originally came here to attend the wedding. Now that such a situation has occurred, the wedding will naturally be cancelled. The descendants of my Qin clan will only marry clean women. Qin Ding coldly spoke, his voice was extremely impolite, even insulting Goddess Nikhang. Many people turned their gazes to Goddess Nikhang, who was far away, only to see that she had no expression on her face after hearing this. As for Qin Wentian, everyone has already seen what he did to my Qin clan. Give this old man some face and hand Qin Wentian over to my Qin clan. In the future, when the heaven vault opens, the Qin clan won't monopolize it. We will allow all the peak powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms to enter it for cultivation. How about it? Qin Ding continued, wanting everyone to give him face. Qin Wentian would be handed over to the Qin clan. But he promised that after he obtained the heaven vault, he would allow everyone to enter it for cultivation. Everyone didn't want to agree. After all, the current Qin Wentian not only had the secret of the heaven vault, he also had 12 astral souls. How did he do it exactly? But in truth, many people also understood that if they fought for it, their strength would only be damaged and a war would break out in the supreme ancient immortal realms. It would be as difficult as ascending to the heavens for any power wanting to monopolize Qin Wentian. The Qin clan clearly understood this logic. Hence, the Qin clan didn't want to monopolize the heaven vault. But they wanted Qin Wentian. Since Senior Qin has spoken, I naturally have no objections. An expert from a peak power spoke. This expert was from a hegemonic power in the Chaos region. He also understood that this place was the Qin clan, and with Qin Ding present, if they really wanted to fall out with the Qin clan and obstruct the Qin clan from dealing with Qin Wentian, things wouldn't end well for them. Hence, they might as well use this chance to give Qin Ding face. If Qin Wentian really landed in the hands of the Qin clan, I'm afraid it's very hard for us to know whether they obtained the secret of the heaven vault or not. It's better for everyone to control the heaven vault together. That would be more suitable. The Qiankuan sect leader calmly spoke, the first to object to Qin Ding's suggestion. Qin Wentian, what promise did he give you exactly? Did he allow you to enter the heaven vault for cultivation? Qin Jing suddenly spoke, staring at the Qiankuan sect leader. At this moment, countless gazes landed on the Qiankuan sect leader, all of them had looks of suspicion in their eyes. No wonder Qin Jing would ask this, suspecting the Qiankuan sect leader. His behavior today was indeed somewhat abnormal, he kept protecting Qin Wentian. This wasn't normal. Could it be that Qin Wentian and the Qiankuan sect leader had secretly come to an agreement? Chapter 1922. Qin Wentian and the Qiankuan sect leader naturally wouldn't reply. The Qiankuan sect leader continued, no matter what, Qin Wentian mustn't land in the hands of your Qin clan. If not, all his secrets would be in the hands of the Qin clan. If that's the case, it would be much more difficult for us to obtain the secrets of the supreme ancient immortal realms from Qin Wentian. The hearts of everyone wavered when they heard the Qiankuan sect leader's words. His words weren't without logic. Although Qin Ding promised that if he obtained the secrets of the heaven vault, he would open the heaven vault for all the hegemonic powers to share, how trustworthy was his words? Before immense benefits, no amount of words could be trusted. Once the Qin clan reneged on their words, it would be much more difficult for them to threaten the Qin clan compared to threatening Qin Wentian. The strength of the Qin clan was clearly much stronger compared to the heaven vault. Hence, the Qiankuan sect leader's worries weren't wrong. According to what you said, shouldn't we hand Qin Wentian over to your Qiankuan sect? A cold voice rang out from the Qin clan once more. There were traces of anger in the tone. Just like how I don't trust the Qin clan, I believe the Qin clan wouldn't trust my Qiankuan sect as well. The Qiankuan sect leader calmly spoke. Qin Wentian, why don't you agree to open the heaven vault and allow everyone to enter for cultivation? Maybe, there would still be a chance of survival. Qiankuan sect leader, do you think that there's still a chance to resolve the hatred between me and the Qin clan? Qin Wentian smiled. I have a good suggestion. Since everyone is here today, why don't you help me to raise the Qin clan to flat ground to resolve the worries in my heart? After the Qin clan is destroyed, I will open the heaven vault and allow everyone to enter for cultivation. How about it? Qin Wentian's words caused the expressions of the people from the Qin clan to freeze. Their gazes grew colder when they stared at him. He actually wanted to incite the experts of the supreme ancient immortal realms to join forces against the Qin clan. The eyes of the experts flashed as they glanced at the Qin clan. Although they were tempted, they were still filled with trepidation if they really did this. For ordinary heavenly deities, they would be able to hold them back. However, the Qin clan had a few extremely powerful heavenly deities that they wouldn't be able to hold back. Hence, it was much simpler to deal with Qin Wentian. Moreover, who would dare to take the lead? That would be equivalent to shedding all pretense of cordiality with the Qin clan. Your idea is wonderful. An indifferent voice was heard as an extremely beautiful silhouette stepped out. Her long dress fluttered in the wind, she was breathtakingly beautiful. It was the number one celestial of the 9 heavens, the goddess of the 9 heavens. Many people in Qin City stared at the silhouette as their thoughts ran wild. However, that was the Empyrean fairy. They could only keep their thoughts to themselves. No one could have her. Since we can't reach a consensus, how about handing over Qin Wentian to me? The 9 heavens mystical maiden spoke. Even the number 1 immortal in the 9 heavens couldn't resist the temptation of the heaven vault and wanted to fight for it. That's a beautiful thought. Qin Zheng's wife said faintly. Although they were both exceedingly beautiful women, she had a natural hostility towards the number 1 deity of the 9 heavens secular world. Since none of you are willing to spare him, it's simple then. Cripple his cultivation first and force him to reveal the secret of the heaven vault in front of everyone. Are you all satisfied with this? Qin Ding spoke again, his voice thundered through the air. Many people nodded silently, this was a good idea. Whether Qin Wentian was crippled or not, it didn't matter to them. Qin Wentian laughed. If I'm crippled, do you all think I would still be alive? Why don't I just die? Since none of you are willing to accept my first suggestion, I'll give you all another suggestion. There's no need for you all to destroy the Qin clan. As long as you all escort me to the heaven vault, I will open the heaven vault and allow all the major powers to enter for cultivation. Only the Qin clan is not allowed to enter. What do you all think about this suggestion? The eyes of the experts flashed. An expert stared at Qin Wentian, you won't play any tricks. I'm right here. Everyone, just follow me. How can I play any tricks? Qin Wentian replied. Many people felt their hearts stirring. This suggestion wasn't bad. They didn't need to deal with the Qin clan, they only needed to protect Qin Wentian from death and bring him to the heaven vault. Senior Qin Ding should have heard it. Seems like Qin Wentian mustn't be crippled by the Qin clan. The Qiankuan sect leader spoke. The 9 heavens mystical maiden silhouette flashed as though she was prepared to act at any moment. She then spoke, I accept this suggestion. Entering the heaven vault for cultivation was their goal. As for Qin Wentian, they didn't have any deep grudges with him. Is this the reason why Qin Wentian dared to come to the Qin clan? Many people silently mused. He actually wanted to use the strength of experts from the supreme ancient immortal realms to block the Qin clan for him. This was a good idea, but did Qin Wentian really intend to open the heaven vault for this? What if I say that my Qin clan wants Qin Wentian for sure? Qin Ding's voice grew colder and colder. Today, if the Qin clan allowed Qin Wentian to leave safely, it would be a great humiliation for them. Qin Wentian provoked the Qin clan on the day of Qin Dangtian's wedding, but he still chose to leave calmly. What did the Qin clan count for? In addition, He said that he would allow the hegemonic powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms to enter the heaven vault with the exception of the Qin clan. If this was the case, wouldn't the Qin clan be the biggest loser? How could they agree to this? Senior, you are making things difficult for us. The Qinkuan sect leader replied. As his voice fell, the suffocating pressure became even stronger. Terrifying rays of light and darkness flickered in the sky and flowed in the sky. More and more of them appeared until they covered the entire sky. In the Qin clan, a heaven-shaking pressure gushed forth. With a boom, the hearts of everyone trembled as they felt a pressure that came from the depths of their souls. This heavenly might was too powerful. There seemed to be a primordial ferocious beast in the Qin clan. The entire space was incomparably stifling. Finally, in the airspace above the Qin clan, a figure walked out. His expression was calm, but it seemed to contain a heaven-shaking might. He casually took a step forward, yet he gave off an incomparably heavy feeling. In his hands, there was a strange-looking halberd. Light and darkness revolved around the halberd. Around him, the will of light and darkness were like numerous divine dragons spiraling around him. The halberd radiated a heaven-destroying pressure. The judgment halberd. The hearts of countless people trembled. Earlier, they were still wavering because of Qin Wentian's words and wanted to interfere, bringing Qin Wentian away safely. But now, all of them had the intention to retreat. Qin Ding of the Qin clan was enraged. The halberd in his hands caused everyone to recall a rumor regarding the Qin clan. An ancestor of the Qin clan had an extremely high cultivation base. He was the one who established the Qin clan for many years. It was said that he pursued a supreme Tao but ultimately failed. Hence, he infused the remnants of his life force into a divine weapon that had always followed him. He used his life force to forge this divine weapon and passed it down to the descendants of the Qin clan, becoming this judgment halberd. Qin Ding's strength was already terrifying. Now, he appeared with the judgment halberd in his hands. One could very well imagine how angry he was right now. Today, the Qin clan suffered all sorts of humiliation. Yet, Qin Wentian actually wanted to make use of the various powers to deal with the Qin clan. Since his son Qin Zheng had no way to suppress everyone, he could only step out himself. Qin Wentian, leave him to my Qin clan. After the secret of the heaven vault is unraveled, I will naturally allow all of you to enter for cultivation. Who dares to question my decision? Qin Ding coldly spoke. This time around, his tone was extremely domineering. Since words were useless, he might as well use the most direct method. Force. Today, although the experts of the supreme ancient immortal realms gathered here, in truth, there was still a disparity in strength between these peak powers. For example, although the three hegemonic powers of the desolate region have already dispersed, the disparity between them and the hegemonic powers of the heaven region was still too great. Right now, the strongest expert of the Qin clan, Qin Ding, walked out with rage and the judgment halberd in his hands. Who would dare to say anything? Senior, are you trying to force us to agree? The Qinkuan sect leader spoke. Although he was the Qinkuan sect leader and his status was extremely high, Qin Ding could be considered his senior. He was of the same generation as Qin Zheng. There's no need to hide anymore. Since you are here, just come out. Qin Wentian, what promise did he give you? Qin Ding coldly spoke, turning his gaze towards the horizons. The eyes of many heavenly deities flashed. There was actually someone else here. Also, it seemed that even Qin Ding regarded this person with importance, they didn't even notice him. Qin Ding, you are still as domineering as ever. A voice rang out. After that, an old man walked over from afar. Every step he took caused the space around him to tremble. Many heavenly deities stared at this old man. They had never seen him before. The beautiful eyes of the nine heavens mystical maiden froze, she didn't expect that even this old man would come here. This old man was none other than the Qianquan sect leader of the previous generation. He was also the master of the Qianquan sect leader. It has been so many years, you haven't died yet? Qin Ding coldly spoke. Huh, you are still alive and well. How can I die? The old sect leader laughed loudly. He stared at the judgment halberd in Qin Ding's hands. To deal with some juniors, you actually use this divine weapon? There are people who don't want my Qin clan to be happy. I'm naturally unhappy. Qin Ding spoke. After that, he turned his gaze downwards again. I've already said everything I need to say. Qin Zheng, capture that vile spawn. If there's anyone who dares to obstruct me, don't blame me for being impolite. Yes, father. Qin Zheng nodded. The divine punishment light flashed once more, incomparably resplendent. Numerous chains of punishment directly shot towards Qin Wentian. There was no need to waste any more words. His father has already appeared with the judgment halberd in his hands. Everything was already set in stone. A black cudgel appeared in Qin Wentian's hand. His expression was extremely unsightly to behold. Qin Ding's strength seemed to have exceeded his expectations. A single sentence from Qin Ding was enough to intimidate everyone. Even heavenly deities didn't dare to act recklessly. Right now, it seemed that only the Qianquan sect could help him block the Qin clan. Rumble. Qin Wentian's body grew larger. The black rod in his hands grew larger as well. He stood in the air, resembling a true heavenly deity. Since they wanted to fight, he might as well fight with all his might. Chapter 1923. The old sect master took a step out and walked towards Qin Ding. You are already so old, yet you are still so hot-tempered. Looks like you still want to interfere. Since that's the case, let's see how strong your immeasurable Dharma body is now. Qin Ding coldly spoke. He was like a god king, wielding the judgment halberd and stabbing forward. In an instant, the wind and clouds in the sky changed color. Boundless light and darkness shot towards the old sect leader, transforming into the power of yin and yang. The boundless body of the old sect leader appeared. The power of heaven and earth was all under his control. One after another, the formation of heaven and earth shot out towards Qin Ding. The halberd of judgment in Qin Ding's hand stabbed out, directly piercing the Qianquan formation. In an instant, the power of light and darkness shattered it, and the yin and yang qi absorbed it, causing the power within to merge into the halberd of judgment. The power of light and darkness that emanated from the tip of the halberd of judgment seemed to become stronger. The old sect leader stared at Qin Ding. This treasure was still so powerful. Of course, even without the judgment halberd, Qin Ding's strength was still extremely strong. Although the old sect leader was here now, it was hard to say if he could stop Qin Ding. Countless heaven and earth matrix diagrams blotted out the sky and covered the sky as they rushed towards Qin Ding. Qin Ding's expression was as calm as ever as he calmly stabbed out with the judgment halberd in his hand. Every time he stabbed out, he would disintegrate all the attacks and absorb the energy within, causing the judgment halberd to grow stronger and stronger. The light and darkness energy released from it seemed to be able to tear a hole in the sky. Moreover, Qin Ding's attack was not fancy at all. It was simple and direct, but it was also overbearing. It was as if he had returned to his true self. The power of light and darkness wreaked havoc in the sky, akin to bolts of lightning flashing past unceasingly. Everywhere it passed by, everything would be destroyed. Most likely, even a heavenly deity would find it hard to endure this level of power. The cosmos diagram behind the old sect leader revolved crazily, turning the world upside down. It transformed into a heavenly Tao vortex that enveloped the cosmos. For a moment, the entire sky seemed to be engulfed by it. The sky darkened and the earth darkened. Boundless particles flowed in reverse as the cosmos was reversed. This scene was too terrifying. Those who watched the battlefield felt as if the end of the world had arrived. In another battlefield, a divine formation appeared behind Qin Wentian. The light of divine punishment enveloped everything. However, the Qinkuan sect leader actually stood before Qin Wentian. Clearly, he wanted to interfere in this matter. You deal with him. Leave that bastard to me. Qin Zheng's wife spoke. Qin Zheng nodded his head. His wife, the mother of the Qin clan, wasn't a vase character. Back then, her talent was already outstanding and Qin Yuanfeng had once fallen in love with her when he was young. Now, her strength was also extremely strong and she had divine weapons and treasures on her. However, at that moment, the Empyrean fairy took a step forward and appeared there as well. Are you going to interfere as well? Qin Zheng's wife stared at the Empyrean fairy. The Empyrean fairy didn't say anything and just stood there calmly. This was already a clear indication of her attitude. The eyes of many heavenly deities from the peak powers flashed. In such a situation where Qin Ding was so domineering, the Qinkuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace still wanted to protect Qin Wentian. All of them could sense that there was definitely a transaction behind this. Maybe, Qin Zheng's guess was right. Qin Wentian might have promised them something. If not, why would they protect Qin Wentian? Seems like today when Qin Wentian came to the Qin clan to disrupt the wedding, he came prepared. He didn't come here to die. At this moment, the boundless divine punishment chains directly shot towards Qin Wentian. However, Qin Wentian only saw Qin Wentian lifting the gigantic black cudgel and smashing it towards the divine punishment formation in the sky. In an instant, the divine punishment formation shuddered violently. Qin Zheng's body shuddered as well as he felt his soul being attacked. Numerous heavenly deities from the Qin clan stepped out. In an instant, the sky changed color as terrifying Dao arts blasted towards Qin Wentian. In the air, a deity-level battle erupted. You want to cripple me? Qin Wentian coldly spoke. He stepped out and soared through the air, directly appearing before a heavenly deity from the Qin clan. The god-slaying cudgel transcended spacetime, its speed reaching an inconceivable extent as it smashed towards that heavenly deity. The current Qin Wentian was someone who could defeat Heaven's son Qin Dangtian. Even in the Qin clan, there weren't many people who could deal with him now. That heavenly deity lifted his palms and blasted out. His palms contained the Tao, wanting to shatter the void. The god-slaying cudgel smashed down. That heavenly deity felt as though he was struck by lightning. His hair stood on end as his soul trembled. Rumble. Another cudgel smashed down. Qin Wentian's speed was incomparably fast, transcending spacetime. But at this moment, a treasured light flashed as an incomparably resplendent treasured armor appeared, blocking before Qin Wentian's god-slaying cudgel. When the god-slaying cudgel slammed into the treasured armor, a thunderous boom rang out. The treasured armor flew back as Qin Dangtian's figure appeared there, catching the myriad law armor. Right now, Qin Dangtian had already struggled out from the humiliation earlier. Although it was impossible for his state of heart to not be affected, at the very least, he had to take down Qin Wentian first. A peak-level heavenly deity wouldn't be defeated so easily and wouldn't even be able to see the situation clearly. A loser still dares to fight me? Qin Wentian stared at Qin Dangtian in disdain, his eyes gleaming with arrogance. Such a gaze caused Qin Dangtian to feel extremely uncomfortable in his heart. However, Qin Wentian did this intentionally, wanting to defeat the heaven son of the Qin clan. How arrogant was he? Qin Wentian crippled his uncle, the Sky Order heavenly deity. He wanted to let Qin Wentian know what humiliation was. Behind him, dimensional storms appeared once more. Dimensional spacetime Tao manifested as a terrifying black hole storm that seemed capable of devouring everything. Qin Wentian was surrounded by countless ancient words. These ancient words danced in the air and entered the dimensional space, vanishing without a trace. However, the heavenly deities in the surroundings didn't dare to be careless. This son of the traitor of the Qin clan, Qin Yuanfeng, was truly terrifying now. He was even more terrifying compared to back then when Qin Yuanfeng himself stepped into the Qin clan. Also, this time around, he wasn't alone. He had the Qinkuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace supporting him. Clearly, he didn't want to repeat the mistakes of his father. Kill. As the sound of Qin Wentian's voice faded, those ancient characters directly appeared from the dimensional black hole near the heavenly deities. They transformed into a terrifying spacetime sword Dao energy, wanting to destroy everything. Daos within Daos, each ancient character contained a Dao art within it. Also, they didn't attack a single person, they attacked the heavenly deities of the Qin clan. Although some of the heavenly deities of the Qin clan were extremely ancient existences, some were even older than Qin Ding, their strength was clearly inferior to Qin Ding and Qin Zheng. If not, how could the position of the Qin clan lord be passed to Qin Zheng? Only the strongest expert who surpassed the ancestors would be able to control a clan. Qin Deng Tian released his absolute beginning astral soul. His absolute beginning astral soul frenziedly manifested, devouring the spacetime sword Dao energy. Although he was defeated by Qin Wentian, there was no need to doubt his own strength. He was extremely powerful. In that case, let's attack together. Qin Wentian glanced at Qin Deng Tian and the heavenly deities of the Qin clan. A dimensional storm gushed towards one of the heavenly deities, wanting to annihilate everything. That heavenly deity concentrated his divine imprint to defend, but at this moment, within the terrifying dimensional storm, a black cudgel suddenly appeared, bringing with it an incomparable might as it smashed down. In an instant, that heavenly deity's soul trembled, he only felt that his body wasn't his own anymore. Careful! A heavenly deity at the side shouted. The dimensional storm swept towards him, wanting to devour him. However, another heavenly deity beside him moved with lightning speed, bringing him away, evading this sure-kill attack. The god-slaying cudgel directly tunneled into another dimension, vanishing without a trace. However, the other heavenly deities all grew more cautious, wary of that black cudgel. A battle between heavenly deities. In Qin City, countless people stared at the sky, staring at the scene of destruction. The sky was covered by destructive light, causing darkness to shine everywhere. The experts currently fighting were all heavenly deities. How long has it been since a deity-level battle of this level occurred in the supreme ancient immortal realms? Below, several experts soared up into the air, rushing towards the battlefield in the sky. A thunderous roar rang out, shaking the heavens and earth. In the air, an incomparably gigantic Kuei ox appeared. This Kuei ox wielded a fearsome divine ox spear, piercing through the air as it sped towards Qin Wentian. Spatial storms from different dimensions gushed over, but they were all destroyed by the spear, causing Qin Wentian to furrow his brows. The ox chieftain has acted. The hearts of everyone trembled. The grudge between the divine ox clan and Qin Wentian was very deep. It wasn't easy for the divine ox clan to wait until now to act. But if this was the case, Qin Wentian would be in danger. Upon seeing this scene, another expert soared into the air. This person was very young and his countenance was very pale. Boundless gray energy circulated around him, transforming into a terrifying head that was prepared to act at any moment. Ziwei Divine Court, Yu Chongkong. The crowd trembled again. Although the Qinkuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace wanted to protect Qin Wentian, there were even more people who wanted him dead. The demon gods of the divine ox clan, in addition to Yu Chongkong, Qin Deng Tian and the heavenly deities of the Qin clan. No matter how heaven-defying Qin Wentian was, he most probably wouldn't be able to survive. Qin Wentian's silhouette flashed as he hid in a dimensional space, instantly retreating to an extremely far distance. He stared at the heavenly deities rushing over. The situation was extremely disadvantageous to him. We mustn't let him leave. Below, the experts from the other major powers also couldn't sit still. Although they initially wanted to watch the show, Qin Wentian still had to stay behind. He was the controller of the Heaven Vault. Numerous figures soared into the air. It was like the actions of the Divine Ox clan and Yu Changkong had caused a chain reaction. All the experts couldn't sit still any longer. Chi. In the dark sky, an incomparably resplendent beam of light suddenly shot out. A terrifying beam of sword light slashed the sky apart. After that, within the beam of light, a terrifying gigantic beast soared through the air. It was a Kunpeng, and it was none other than the Kun Sovereign. On the back of the Kun Sovereign, there were several heavenly deities. Luotian Chuan, the Dragon Sovereign and the Heaven-Devouring Demon Sovereign were all here. Other than them, there was also Jian Junlai. Earlier, that heaven-splitting sword strike was slashed out by Jian Junlai. When the experts of the Qin clan left the Boundless Sea region for the wedding, Qin Wentian made a trip back to the Heaven Vault and even visited a few other places. This was why the deities' battle today was held. Chapter 1924. The Kun Sovereign was known for his speed. Back then when he exited the Heaven Vault, the heavenly net set up by the various experts couldn't stop him. He could ignore all Dao attacks. He instantly traversed the void and appeared before Qin Wentian. Both sides had a tacit understanding. Qin Wentian's silhouette flashed as he appeared on the Kun Sovereign's back. What they wanted wasn't a true battle. Today, it was already sufficient if they could retreat safely. After all, their opponents here were the hegemonic powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms. Everyone, why are you so overbearing? Could it be that you all don't understand that if those who act against me fail to capture me, you all will never have a chance to enter the Heaven Vault? Qin Wentian stood on the back of the Kun Sovereign as he spoke. His voice shook the heavens, causing the hearts of many experts in the supreme ancient immortal realms to tremble. In the deity-level battle today, the Qiankuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace stood on Qin Wentian's side. Clearly, they would obtain the qualifications to enter the Heaven Vault. Other than these two hegemonic powers, there was also Qin Wentian's own power. In addition to the Luotian clan, Demon God Mountain, Jian Junlai and the others, they had already become a power that couldn't be ignored. Although they couldn't be compared to the entire supreme ancient immortal realms, at the very least, they already had enough weight to cause a deity-level battle today. Qin Wentian used the Heaven Vault as his base of operations. If they allowed him to leave today, it would be more and more difficult to deal with him in the future. We mustn't let him leave. The Prison God clan leader spoke. He soared into the air as a divine prison appeared in the air, directly enveloping the entire space. Just like what Qin Wentian has said, many people have already offended Qin Wentian. If they let him leave, he can forget about entering the Heaven Vault forever. On the contrary, the Qiankuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace could enter. If this was the case, they would be left behind. Maybe there wouldn't be any changes in a short period of time, but no one knew what would happen after 10,000 years or 100,000 years. The firmament divine prison covered the boundless space, seemingly locking down the entire Qin city. However, the Kunpeng still soared into the sky, traversing through the void. The divine prison was also the power of spatial Dao arts. His Dao could penetrate through all Dao arts. But at this moment, the clan leader of the Prison God clan had a cold look on his face. He took out a magic treasure that was square in shape and flew towards the sky. It actually resonated with the firmament divine realm. After that, the magic treasure radiated boundless light. The firmament divine prison trembled violently as though it had fused with the magic treasure. In an instant, countless lines flowed around Qin city. The entire city was sealed. The Kun Sovereign roared. His Dao could sense the energy of the firmament divine prison, and it was already impossible for him to break out. They were all sealed here. This time around, not only did the Kun Sovereign construct the firmament divine prison, he even brought along the supreme treasure of the prison god clan and used it on them. Although the Kun sovereign was said to have unparalleled speed, he still couldn't break through the firmament divine prison created by the supreme divine weapon of the prison god clan. The heavenly deities surrounded them, their auras towered up into the sky, exuding terrifying divine might. The expressions of the Kun sovereign and the others were all unsightly. The person they want is me. If something happens, I will bear all the consequences. Everyone, there's no need to fight to the death for me. Qin Wentian spoke in a light voice. He came to the Qin clan for a private matter. But since the heaven-devouring demon sovereign and the others were willing to come, he felt gratitude in his heart. But if he still couldn't escape even after inviting the Qiankuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace, he wouldn't implicate the others. These people wanted the heaven vault and he was the controller of the heaven vault. Hence, if something really happened, he would be able to bear all the consequences alone. The time hasn't come yet. Let's fight first. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign spoke. The demon sovereign's body parted as Qin Wentian stepped out as well. He was still wielding the god-slaying rod in his hand as he blasted out towards the heavenly deities rushing over. The heavenly deities all evaded. Jian Junlai took a step out as a river of swords appeared before him. His silhouette fused together with the river of swords, splitting the heavens and earth apart as a sword rift appeared in the sky. Everywhere it passed by, the expressions of everyone changed. They wanted to evade but time seemed to have stopped. Their speed slowed down and the river of swords suddenly transformed into millions of streams that shot towards every direction, resembling a meteor shower, incomparably resplendent. Ants trying to shake a tree. With just these few people, it's still not enough. The Che clan leader also arrived today. He stood at the front and didn't retreat. He wielded the divine staff in his hand and blasted it out. An incomparably resplendent divine formation appeared in the air, seemingly indestructible. The Che clan, the #1 weaponsmithing aristocrat clan in the supreme ancient immortal realms, was actually able to form a divine formation with a wave of his hand. Qin Wentian, there's no need to struggle anymore. If you continue fighting, there won't be any benefits for you. The Thunder clan leader spoke. He transformed into a god of thunder and wielded the Haotian thunder god hammer, smashing out towards Qin Wentian. In an instant, divine lightning containing world-destroying might blasted down. Qin Wentian brandished his dimensional black hole, but under the might of that incomparably thick divine lightning, the dimensional space directly crumbled apart. A unique Tao might appeared in the surroundings of Qin Wentian, causing Qin Wentian's entire body to turn numb as though he was about to lose all his strength. This divine lightning clearly contained an extraordinary Tao attack. You won't be able to escape even if you have wings. Why don't you just surrender? The thunder god lifted his Haotian divine hammer once more and continued smashing down with divine lightning. In an instant, this entire space transformed into a forbidden ground. Qin Wentian's surroundings were covered with densely packed lightning tribulation energy, constantly numbing his body. Yu Changkong kept watching from the side, waiting for an opportunity to act. Right now, Qin Wentian was very strong. He couldn't help but admit that even if he became a heavenly deity, he might still not be a match for Qin Wentian. But even so, this wouldn't waver his heart. As long as he devoured Qin Wentian, he would be able to inherit all of Qin Wentian's abilities. In the future, he would only grow stronger and stronger. Yu Changkong's body turned illusory. Boundless black qi flowed around him as he moved closer to Qin Wentian. The Che clan leader walked over and struck out with his divine staff. A moment later, a divine formation enveloped in lightning energy transformed into a terrifying vortex. The boundless light from the divine formation shot towards Qin Wentian, wanting to bind him. Boom! A deafening sound rang out, causing the entire sky to tremble. All the heavenly deities in the battle felt their hearts trembling as they stared up at the sky. Who was attacking the spatial divine prison? Outside the prison, a gigantic palm appeared, slamming down unceasingly like an entire world. Cracks appeared on the surface of the spatial divine prison, causing the prison god clan leader to frown. Qin Wentian inclined his head and stared at the sky as his expression froze. This gigantic palm seemed somewhat familiar. Boom! The spatial divine prison shattered. That divine weapon flew back to the prison god clan leader's hand. However, this sealed space had already collapsed. In the air, a figure descended. This person was very unfamiliar. It was an old man. Not many people recognized him, but there were some from the older generations who knew of his existence. Everyone only knew that his surname was Yi. Right now, he was the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy. The Tiandao Sacred Academy doesn't care about external affairs. Why are you interfering in this matter? Qin Ding inclined his head and stared at the descending figure as he coldly spoke. He had once met the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy before. No matter what, Qin Wentian cultivated in my Tiandao Sacred Academy and is a disciple of our Sacred Academy. He has also entered the legendary place of my Tiandao Sacred Academy before and has a connection with the Tiandao Sacred Academy. Headmaster Yi spoke. In addition, all of you are peak characters of the supreme ancient immortal realms. Using such a large force to deal with a junior, don't you feel that you have no face at all? He controls the heaven vault alone and isn't willing to allow the experts of the supreme ancient immortal realms to enter. We naturally won't agree to this. An expert replied. Since the heaven vault is controlled by him, he naturally has the final say. The scene today is somewhat similar to the time when all of you came to my Tiandao Sacred Academy back then. At that time, all of you also felt that the legendary place of the Tiandao Sacred Academy should be open to the people of the supreme ancient immortal realms. In that case, when will your clans and sects allow the people of the supreme ancient immortal realms to enter as well? Headmaster Yi calmly spoke. The hearts of the people below stirred. Indeed, there were some similarities. Under the influence of benefits, the experts of the immortal realms joined forces to suppress the heaven vault. Seems like Headmaster came here with resentment. Qin Jing coldly spoke. Qin Wentian, you can leave first. Headmaster Yi spoke. Qin Wentian nodded lightly, many thanks, senior. After speaking, the Kuan sovereign descended. He stood on the back of the Kuan sovereign and soared into the air. Where do you think you are going? Qin Ding coldly spoke. The judgment halberd in his hand pierced out towards the sky. In an instant, the sky transformed into a yin and yang world, separating everything. The Kuan sovereign wanted to rush out directly, but Qin Ding only coldly laughed. The Kuan sovereign seemed to have entered a yin and yang diagram. He had no way to find the exit. Wishful thinking. Qin Ding coldly spoke. The judgment halberd in his hand pierced out once more as a fearsome shockwave blasted out. The Kuan sovereign soared through the air, wanting to leave, but the attack of the judgment halberd actually ignored all distance. Blood actually shot out from the Kuan sovereign's body as he let out a roar of agony. Qin Ding, you have gone too far. Headmaster Yi spoke. He stepped out, moving towards Qin Ding only to see Thunder God appearing before him. The clear sky divine hammer directly smashed down. Today, no one would allow Qin Wentian to leave. Boundless divine lightning shot towards Headmaster Yi. Headmaster Ye's expression was incomparably calm. He grabbed out with his palm and in an instant, the boundless divine lightning froze there. In fact, the entire space seemed to be frozen as a formless beam of light enveloped Thunder God. At this instant, Thunder God only felt an intense threat to his life. It was like there was an invisible giant hand directly grabbing hold of his fate. A taboo energy erupted forth from his body. Thunder God's body was bathed in boundless divine might as he released his astral souls. He was like a divine king from the 9 heavens. The vast sky was filled with boundless lightning as an illusory figure of Thunder God appeared, fighting against the invisible giant hand. What technique is this? Thunder God asked, his heart pounding. Everyone has their own fate. You guys won't be able to control Qin Wentian's fate. Headmaster Yi faintly spoke. The giant hand of fate continued pressing down. Thunder God howled in agony. This was the feeling of having his fate grasped by someone else. It was simply too unbearable. No matter how powerful his methods were, he had no way to use them. Many people stared at the battlefield. The reclusive headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy was actually so powerful. This should be the reason why the Tiandao Sacred Academy was able to stand tall in the mystic region for countless years. Chapter 1925. Everyone has their own fate. As the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy, could he control the fates of others? Such a Dao art was simply too terrifying. It was definitely an ultimate Dao art that could lead one to the supreme path. Among the heavenly deities, there were also experts who entered the world of reincarnation of the Tiandao Sacred Academy back then. They suddenly recalled that in the world of reincarnation, their fate seemed to be similar to those in the outside world. Could it be that everything was predestined? At the instant they stepped into the world of reincarnation, their fates were already seen through by the world of reincarnation. Qin Ding's expression was also somewhat unsightly to behold. It was one thing for the Qiankuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace to interfere in this matter. But after that, the Demon God Mountain and Luotian Chuan's group appeared. Right now, the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy appeared as well. With regards to the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy's current strength, the people in the outside world weren't very clear about it. After all, the Tiandao Sacred Academy wouldn't interfere with external matters. But now that the headmaster acted, only then did they know how powerful his cultivation base was. The Che clan leader raised his divine staff, causing the divine formations in the surroundings to transform. He stepped out and abruptly, Qin Wentian felt a sense of danger. In the next instant, the divine formation before him fluctuated as the Che clan leader directly walked out, brandishing his divine staff as he rushed towards Qin Wentian. At the same time, resplendent divine formations manifested in all directions. Many figures that looked exactly the same actually walked out, all of them were the Che clan leader. All of them had the same divine staff in their hands as they rushed towards Qin Wentian. Under the envelopment of this divine formation, it was impossible to tell which was real or which was fake. Or perhaps, all of them were real. The Kuan sovereign roared. His gigantic body swayed as a pair of wings flapped. He directly soared through the air, rushing towards a direction. Over there, the divine staff in the hands of the Che clan leader transformed into a primal chaos ancient mirror. If one entered the mirror, they would most probably be devoured. Careful. The dragon sovereign reminded. The Che clan was the #1 weaponsmithing aristocrat clan in the supreme ancient immortal realms. The divine weapons in their hands were actually able to transform into a myriad of forms and had unfathomable abilities. In another direction, many heavenly deities rushed over here once more, surrounding Qin Wentian. With regards to the battle at Headmaster Ye's side, how could they care about it? The person they wanted to capture was Qin Wentian. Who would take the initiative to fight against a powerful headmaster of Tiandao Sacred Academy? Qin Wentian's eyes were cold. It seemed that these people wanted to keep him here at all costs. He stepped down from the Kuan Lord's back and prepared to fight. But at this moment, in the center of his brows, within his final astral soul, a beam of light shot out from the boundlessly vast starry space. After that, it actually transformed into a human figure. The moment he appeared, he grabbed out with his 5 fingers. Instantly, the Che clan leader who was in front of Qin Wentian only felt that this entire spacetime was being grabbed by him. After that, everything collapsed. With a thunderous boom, the Che clan leader in that direction was completely annihilated, transforming into nothingness. The expressions of the other Che clan leader froze as he stared at the figure before him. Why did another expert appear? When Qin Wentian saw this figure, he was also stunned. He didn't dare to believe his eyes. How can this be possible? That silhouette exuded an incomparable might. He swept his gaze across the surrounding space as a terrifying might enveloped the boundless heavens. Looking at the deity-level battles that continued to erupt, he opened his mouth and suddenly let out a thunderous roar. In an instant, time and space collapsed, the heavens and the earth split apart. Countless Tao arts directly exploded and all the battles stopped in an instant. Countless gazes landed on him. After that thunderous roar, Thunder God coughed out a mouthful of blood. His countenance was as pale as paper. As a peak character, his body was trembling slightly. This wasn't because of the thunderous roar but rather, it was because he had just struggled free from the palm of fate. That grab from the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy seemed to have grabbed hold of his fate. The thunderous roar shook the sky, causing many people to feel their eardrums trembling. Some ordinary heavenly deities were trembling as the surrounding spacetime trembled unstably. Great waves rose in their hearts. Where did this terrifying character come from? Some of the older generations of the Qin clan involuntarily trembled and they saw the figure who appeared. Many of their countenances turned pale as the lines on their faces contorted. How can this be possible? How could he appear here? The thunderous roar gradually calmed down, but the reverberations of his voice still reverberated through the air. This thunderous roar shocked the experts of the supreme ancient immortal realms, causing the deity-level battles to stop. That figure turned and stared at the Qin clan. The majestic Qin clan was still as majestic as it was in the past. However, the gaze he used to look at the Qin clan was no longer filled with love. Instead, it was filled with flames of rage. The old sect leader of the Qianquan sect started when he saw the imposing figure who appeared. After that, a faint smile appeared on his face. He actually appeared here. This time around, the Qin clan should be the one to be embarrassed, right? Qin Ding stared at this figure as his gaze froze there. Why would he appear here? Grandpa. Qin Wentian called out, his voice was trembling. Back then in the heaven vault, he absorbed the astral energy from the constellations in the sky. The god's extinction path vanished because of God King Shi's will. His grandpa naturally vanished along with it. Why would he appear here today? His grandpa once told him that he has already died and no longer existed. In that case, what was going on now? Child, if I don't return to the Qin clan, I won't be able to accept this. Qin Tiangang spoke. His gaze swept over the experts in the surroundings as he coldly spoke, "Today, who wants to touch my grandson?" How could everyone not know the identity of the person who came? He was actually a character rumored to have died long ago. He was one of the twin supreme geniuses of the Qin clan, an extremely ancient existence who was equally famous as Qin Ding. He was none other than the Qin clan's war god, Qin Tiangang. He has returned. If he didn't return to the Qin clan, he wouldn't be able to accept this in his heart. This unwillingness naturally wasn't because of his longing for the Qin clan. It was because of the Qin clan's betrayal. The Qin clan actually treated his descendant like this. After Qin Tiangang spoke, he stepped out. Every step he took seemed to trample on the hearts of everyone in the Qin clan. These juniors also knew the identity of this person. He was once the war god of their Qin clan. For the people of the Qin clan, when they looked at Qin Wentian, they treated him as the son of a traitor. They didn't feel any guilt in their hearts, but it was different for Qin Tiangang. Many juniors, including the current heavenly deities of the Qin clan, had witnessed his legendary growth. However, the Qin clan was once the pride of the Qin clan. He was once the war god, but how did the Qin clan treat his descendant? Hence, when Qin Tiangang appeared, many people involuntarily lowered their heads, not daring to look him in the eye. Qin Jun, you are now also a heavenly deity. Back then when your family was surrounded, who was the one who saved you? Qin Tiangong's gaze landed on a heavenly deity of the Qin clan. That heavenly deity's expression twitched as he lowered his head, not daring to meet Qin Tiangong's gaze. Qin Wang, back then you were extremely talented and loved to learn. You would often come to me for guidance. How did I treat you? Qin Tiangang glanced at another person as he spoke. This person was also a heavenly deity. Uncle Mu, back then, how much have I done for the Qin clan? You should be clearer than this junior in your heart, right? Qin Tiangang glanced at an extremely ancient heavenly deity of the Qin clan. His seniority was even higher compared to Qin Tiangang. Many people in the Qin clan lowered their heads. Many juniors of the Qin clan could clearly sense this strange atmosphere. Qin Wentian's grandfather actually had such prestige. In that case, how did the Qin clan treat my descendants? Qin Tiangong's voice suddenly turned cold, suppressing his anger. Qin Yuanfeng betrayed the clan and deserved to die. What did the clan do wrong? A cold voice rang out. This was a heavenly deity who was a trusted aide of Qin Ding's faction. The treasures I obtained were passed down to my son. Just because of this, the Qin clan killed my son Yuanfeng and seized everything he had. Now, they even acted against my grandson Wentian. The Qin clan didn't do anything wrong. Qin Tiangang coldly laughed. All of a sudden, his palm grabbed forward. Careful. Qin Ding warned, but it was already too late. With this grab of Qin Tiangang, even time and space seemed to be grasped by him. That heavenly deity was trapped there by a formless gigantic palm. No matter how he unleashed his Dao arts, he had no way to break free. Didn't I do anything wrong? Qin Tiangang lightly spoke. As the sound of his voice faded, his body soared through the air as he punched out, slamming into the chest of that heavenly deity. His body flew downwards together with that heavenly deity. With a thunderous boom, the buildings of the Qin clan directly collapsed. That heavenly deity of the Qin clan was buried within. Thunderous rumbling sounds rang out. The buildings smashed into Qin Tiangong's body, but they had no way to cause any damage to him. He stood above the ruins and stared at the pale faces of the people of the Qin clan. Since I didn't do anything wrong, the Qin clan killed my son. Since I killed them today, I won't have let down my ancestors. Heavenly deities couldn't even withstand a single strike. The hearts of the experts here trembled. Everything that happened today was completely out of control. No one could have predicted this. The war god of the Qin clan, Qin Tiangang, actually returned. Tiangang. At this moment, Qin Ding stepped over, walking towards Qin Tiangang as he spoke. I was the one who gave the order back then. The Qin clan is your clan, why must you implicate them? My clan. Qin Tiangang stared at Qin Ding who was walking over as he coldly laughed. My clan wouldn't kill my son, yet they want to take the life of my grandson. Everything is for the sake of the clan's strength. Qin Ding spoke. He stared at Qin Tiangang. Tiangang, back then, everything about you has already dissipated. Why are you still able to return? Do you want to ask me if I'm still alive or dead? Qin Tiangang coldly laughed. Qin Ding, you are still as hypocritical as ever. I won't hide this from you, I've long died in the god's extinction path. I'm sure you also know that I met Wentian in the god's extinction path. After I learned of everything, I was filled with unwillingness. I wanted to come to the Qin clan to ask you all, to ask the Qin clan why they dared to be so heartless. I still don't understand. Since you are already dead, why are you still able to return? Qin Ding asked again. The pinnacle of the Tao can allow one to traverse the past and the future. I came from the past, bringing unwillingness with me. Qin Tiangang didn't conceal the fact that he had already died. As the sound of his voice faded, Qin Ding's eyes froze. The hearts of the experts here also trembled, bringing unwillingness with them as they came from the past. He didn't die in the past. His obsession from the past had traversed to the future and was sealed within Qin Wenqian's body. He wanted to come to the Qin clan to take a look and ask the people of the Qin clan. His Tao has already touched upon that realm. Many heavenly deities yearned for this realm. However, he has already died. Chapter 1926. Although many people were enemies with Qin Ding at the moment, they still felt that it was a pity. An expert who had touched the limits of the Tao had fallen. Although God King Shi died, his body transformed into the heaven vault, his will transformed into the deity extinction path, and his spirit transformed into the tiny astral being. Such heaven-defying methods were something that heavenly deities didn't dare to imagine. And now, Qin Tiangong's methods were similarly world-shaking. His already dead body traversed through time and space to return with unwillingness. My brother, if you want to hate someone, then hate me. Everything is for the sake of the clan. I have a clear conscience. Qin Ding stared at Qin Tiangang as he spoke. Ha ha ha, what a good, having a clear conscience. Qin Tiangang laughed loudly. He flew towards the Qin clan as he spoke in a clear voice, for the sake of the Qin clan, I've contributed so much. But in the end, they only helped you and your son. I barged into the heaven vault, obtained a secret treasure and passed it to Yuan Feng. Yet, you guys actually coveted it, wanting to seize everything from me, Qin Tiangang. Do you want to take everything for yourself? Is this considered having a clear conscience? The people of the Qin clan had no words to refute. Since ancient times, benefits always came first. Back then when Qin Ding was in power, it was still fine if Qin Tiangang didn't die, he would be able to suppress his ambitions. But now that Qin Tiangang and his wife died, Qin Yuanfeng obtained the secret treasure and Qin Ding wanted to seize it, it was only natural. The people of the Qin clan didn't feel that there was anything wrong with that and decided to follow fate. At that time, other than some of Qin Tiangong's followers and some of his trusted aides, no one else stood out to support Qin Yuanfeng. In fact, some of his trusted aides even betrayed him. This was the general trend. But now, Qin Tiangang has returned. What could the Qin clan say? Back then, since I put in so much effort for the sake of the Qin clan leader, today, I shall personally destroy it. The Qin clan owes me. Qin Tiangang coldly spoke. A terrifying storm ravaged the entire Qin clan. Terrifying spacetime currents gushed forth as rumbling sounds rang out unceasingly. Buildings collapsed one after another as many experts screamed in pain. Qin Tiangang closed his eyes. This was his clan, but he hated it. His clan had not only killed his bloodline, they had also killed his son, and even wanted to strip his son of everything. And now, they were going to deal with his grandson. Back then, all the heavenly deities participated in the assassination of my son. How could there be such a heartless clan in this world? Qin Tiangang stomped out, causing the ground of the Qin clan to crumble. You can't do this. A heavenly deity stepped over, wanting to block Qin Tiangang. This was none other than Qin Jun. Earlier, Qin Tiangang said that he once saved his family. Back then, I saved your family, yet you repaid my kindness with enmity, killing my children and grandchildren. Since that's the case, King Qin, I'll return your life. Qin Tiangang spoke. He punched out, causing time and space to shatter. Terrifying spatial cracks appeared around Qin Jun, wanting to tear everything apart. No. Qin Jun's countenance drastically changed, revealing boundless terror. How could Qin Wenqian be so strong? Boom! With a single punch, Qin Jun's body exploded. Another heavenly deity died. Outside the Qin clan, countless experts no longer fought. Qin Tiangong's return caused the deity-level battles to stop. The world returned to silence. He traveled through time, bringing with him unwillingness to take revenge. Within the Qin clan, sharp screams rang out unceasingly. Qin Ding's expression was cold. He didn't look for Qin Tiangang but instead, headed straight for Qin Wentian. Stepping out, Qin Ding soared through the air. The judgment halberd in his hand directly pierced out, causing a beam of destructive light to appear, penetrating through all Dao arts as it shot towards Qin Wentian. A giant palm imprint descended, akin to the hand of the heavens, blocking the attack of the judgment halberd. Headmaster Ye's figure appeared beside Qin Wentian. Qin Ding. Qin Tiangang roared. He waved his hand, blasting towards the Qin clan. After that, he turned and moved towards Qin Ding. Qin Ding did this precisely because he wanted to attract Qin Tiangang to fight against him. Although Qin Tiangang has come into contact with the pinnacle of Dao arts, he was still a dead man after all. Qin Tiangang brought his unwillingness to accept this as he traveled through time. He wasn't afraid of how much combat prowess he had. His body soared up as the judgment halberd in his hand directly blasted out. Yin and Yang manifested in heaven and earth, transforming into a yin-yang sky, capable of destroying everything. Qin Tiangang roared in rage. He opened his mouth, like a heaven-devouring demonic beast, actually devouring the yin-yang sky. His mouth seemed to contain boundless spacetime, able to devour everything. "Grandfather, let's go and save Senior Han." Qin Wentian spoke. Back then, Qin Wentian wanted to use the Qin clan's heavenly deities to exchange for Luotian Han. However, Qin Zheng's plot failed and the exchange didn't succeed. Luotian Han and the 10 world overlords of the Luotian clan were still trapped in the Qin clan. "Senior Kuan." Qin Wentian spoke. The Kuan sovereign silhouette flashed as he soared through the air, speeding towards the direction of the Qin clan. There were many experts in the surroundings, including those heavenly deities who acted against Qin Wentian earlier. However, none of them acted to stop Qin Wentian. Right now, they all felt trepidation in their hearts. The Qin clan's war god Qin Tiangang who returned was simply too powerful. Ordinary heavenly deities were like ants before him. In this situation where the battle between him and Qin Ding was still unclear, everyone felt trepidation in their hearts and didn't dare to act recklessly. In addition, the 2 generations of sect leaders of the Qiankuan sect, the 9 Heavens mystical maiden and the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy were all here. They wouldn't allow them to kill Qin Wentian. In such a situation, they could only watch from the sidelines. No one was willing to be dragged into it. If Qin Tiangang, who returned in a fit of rage, targeted them, wouldn't they only have a path of death? The Kuan sovereign soared through the air, directly arriving at the center of the Qin clan. His heavenly deity divine sense enveloped this boundless space and instantly found the place where Luotian Han and the 10 heavenly deities of the Luotian clan were trapped. They were imprisoned in a spatial divine weapon and had seen everything that happened outside. They felt extremely agitated in their hearts. Right now, there was hope for them to escape. Divine punishment light descended. Qin Zheng wanted to block it but Luotian Chuan summoned the myriad of demons and rushed towards Qin Zheng with a single step. Qin Zheng's wife also came to block. The dragon sovereign soared into the air, his sharp claws tore apart the sky as he attacked Qin Zheng. Qin Dangtian rushed over. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign stepped out, rushing towards him. Jian Junlai also acted, blocking the Qin clan's heavenly deities. No one could stop the Kuan sovereign. He ignored the obstruction of the Dao and continued flying towards his destination. "Kill Luotian Han." Qin Zheng commanded, his voice cold to the extreme. A heavenly deity guarding there received the order. The spatial prison suddenly radiated boundless light as Dao energy erupted forth. At this moment, a beam of sword light shot through everything, containing the might of the Dao of spacetime. That sword was like a great rock, extremely fast and landed on the spatial prison. A thunderous boom rang out as the prison shattered. Qin Wentian stepped out, directly moving towards that heavenly deity. Dimensional storms gushed forth as that heavenly deity hurriedly retreated. In this short instant, the Kun sovereign already arrived at Luotian Han's location. Luotian Han and the world overlord of the Luotian clan both had looks of joy on their faces. After that, they were enveloped by the Kun sovereign's wings and were brought onto the Kun sovereign's body. Go. The Kun sovereign spoke. I will kill this person first. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. There were many heavenly deities in the Qin clan and many of them were killed. Now, if he could kill one, he wouldn't show mercy. With a single glance, that heavenly deity of the Qin clan directly entered Qin Wentian's divine eye, entering Qin Wentian's spacetime realm. Right now in the Qin clan, there truly weren't many heavenly deities who could block Qin Wentian. The people from afar all felt their hearts trembling when they saw the battle and the situation of the Qin clan. Today was a joyous day for the Qin clan. Qin Dangtian was going to marry the number one beauty of the heaven region, goddess Nikhang. But most probably, no one would have imagined that the Qin clan, which was flourishing for a period of time, would receive such a destructive blow today. The blow this time around was something that even a peak power of the heaven region, the Qin clan would find it hard to endure. At this moment, in the depths of the Qin clan, a terrifying aura that caused the hearts of everyone to palpitate suddenly gushed forth. What else is the Qin clan hiding? Many people glanced over only to hear a heavy rumbling sound. That aura grew increasingly terrifying. Wentian, let's go. The Kun sovereign spoke. Qin Wentian has already killed that heavenly deity of the Qin clan. After that, his silhouette flashed as he returned to the back of the Kun sovereign. The Kun sovereign's silhouette flashed, bringing everyone back. Qin Zheng and the others also didn't dare to chase after them. Right now, they no longer held the advantage. What aura is that? Luotian Chuan stared at the depths of the Qin clan. Over there, cracks could be seen on a stone tablet. There were ancient words engraved on the stone tablet, it seemed to be the tombstone of an ancestor of the Qin clan. When cracks appeared on the stone tablet, the inscriptions actually turned blood-red. The blood qi grew stronger and stronger as beams of terrifying blood-colored light shot up into the sky. Qin Ding, who was currently fighting against Qin Tiangang, sensed something. The judgment halberd in his hand arced through the air and pointed downwards. In an instant, boundless blood-colored light actually shot up from the Qin clan, connecting with the judgment halberd. The terrifying blood-colored light flowed unceasingly into the halberd, causing the might of the judgment halberd to grow increasingly terrifying. At this moment, the people of the world recalled the rumor. The judgment halberd was forged by an extremely powerful ancestor of the Qin clan before he died. Could it be that the owner of the blood was, when they thought of this, the hearts of many trembled. Tiangang, your actions have angered even my ancestor. Qin Ding spoke. The heavens and earth are heartless. If my ancestor feels that you are right, he isn't worthy to be my ancestor. Qin Tiangang coldly spoke. He punched out, causing the depths of the Qin clan to tremble, wanting to shatter the stone tablet. So what if his ancestor was here? To him, his son and grandson were his most important kin. Killing his son and wanting to kill his grandson, he didn't care about his ancestor. The blood of his ancestor flowed into the judgment halberd, causing the entire sky to be enveloped by a blood-colored light as the pressure from the Qin clan increased by many times. Your life was passed down by my ancestor. You are already dead, yet you still return to take revenge on your clan. Now, my ancestor wants you to die. Qin Ding spoke. As the sound of the word die faded, the judgment halberd blasted out once more. At this instant, boundless judgment light enveloped the entire sky, there was nowhere for Qin Tiangang to escape. Qin Tiangang could sense the might of the judgment light. He didn't evade and walked towards it step by step as he spoke, I'm already dead, what's there to be afraid of? However, you have to accompany me in death. After speaking, he formed a seal with both his hands. The entire sky trembled as though it was about to be torn apart. The order of heaven and earth was about to be disrupted. Cracks appeared in the sky, incomparably dark, causing fear to appear in the hearts of those who saw it. Qin Ding stared at the cracks in space as his expression turned ashen. He could no longer remain calm as he roared in rage, "What are you doing? I want you to sink into this chaotic spacetime." As the sound of Qin Ding's voice faded, the sky seemed to truly be torn apart. The bodies of the two of them actually vanished together with the spacetime, sinking into the darkness, vanishing without a trace. At this instant, the entire world was silent, so silent that it was terrifying. Chapter 1927. Qin Tiangang and Qin Ding's bodies vanished together, vanishing without a trace. They entered the boundlessly chaotic spacetime. Qin Tiangang, who could travel through time to come here, his comprehension of the Tao of spacetime had already reached a limit. Qin Ding was the strongest existence in the Qin clan. He wielded the judgment halberd, but he was still brought away by Qin Tiangang. One must know that Qin Tiangang was someone who had already died. He didn't exist, he was someone who came from the past. His arrival caused the Qin clan to suffer a true calamity. If the Qin clan could be said to be one of the strongest powers in the supreme ancient immortal realms in the past, they would most probably fall behind now. At the very least, the Qinkuan sect would definitely surpass the Qin clan. This might be a turning point. The Qin clan that once flourished would fall from glory to decline. Boom! The space trembled. A blood-colored beam of light shot through the sky as a shocking might bore down. After that, the judgment halberd actually shot through the air, heading straight for the depths of the Qin clan. With a thunderous boom, the judgment halberd pierced into the Qin clan. The place where the stone tablet was located earlier was dyed red. The judgment halberd actually returned. The eyes of everyone narrowed as they stared at the sky. There was no movement. Qin Ding couldn't return. The judgment halberd might have returned because of its connection with the blood on the stone tablet. It was created by the ancestor of the Qin clan, and there seemed to be a remnant will of the ancestor left behind. Father. Qin Jing clenched his fists tightly. He inclined his head and stared at the sky. The judgment halberd returned, but his father never returned. He took out his messaging crystal, wanting to contact his father, but there was no reply. His father had completely vanished, brought into the boundlessly chaotic spacetime by Qin Tiangang. In the ruins of the Qin clan, countless experts inclined their heads, staring at Qin Ding's disappearance. All of them felt extremely uncomfortable in their hearts. In the ancient records of the Qin clan, the existence of Qin Ding and Qin Tiangang allowed the Qin clan to welcome a glorious era. The two of them were extremely powerful, allowing the Qin clan to grow stronger and stronger. But after that, the Qin clan acted against Qin Tiangang's son. Now, Qin Tiangang returned with reluctance, wiping out everything he did for the Qin clan. Was he wrong? How did the Qin clan treat his descendants? Grandfather. Qin Wentian stood on the back of the Kuan sovereign. He inclined his head and stared at the sky. His grandfather traveled through time and space to come here. He killed a heavenly deity, wiped out the Qin clan, and buried the Qin cauldron. How imposing was this? How dazzling was this? But now, his grandfather had also disappeared. If he could choose, he would rather his grandfather, Qin Tiangang, live on than perish together with Qin Ding. At this moment, Qin Jing walked towards the judgment halberd. He stretched out his hand and grasped the judgment halberd. Fresh blood flowed into his palm and a blood-red light radiated from his body. His long hair danced wildly as though he was inheriting the judgment halberd. A suffocating pressure emanated from the judgment halberd, as though it wanted to judge everyone in the mortal world. Qin Zheng's eyes turned blood red, his long black hair was also dyed red. He held on to the halberd as he stared at the sky. His blood-red eyes were terrifying to the extreme, shooting up into the clouds. Arg! A long howl rang out, filled with Qin Ding's rage. The blood-red light engulfed the entire Qin city. The Qinkuan sect leader frowned. He could feel this pressure. He walked towards Qin Wentian and spoke, "Qin Wentian, the matter today has ended. It's time for you to leave." Qin Wentian stared at the Qinkuan sect leader. Although both of them came to an agreement, it was clearly impossible for the Qinkuan sect leader to help him kill Qin Zheng. Even if Qin Ding had already died, the Qinkuan sect wouldn't do this. It wasn't in their interest to make such a terrifying enemy. The Qinkuan sect wouldn't, the Nine Heavens mystical palace wouldn't. As for the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy, Qin Wentian had no way to request anything from this senior. This was the first time he met with Headmaster Yi. He was already extremely grateful that Headmaster Yi came to help him. Could it be that he wanted Headmaster Yi to help him destroy the Qin clan? Qin Wentian glanced at the experts in the air. Numerous gazes were staring at him. Many of them still had intense ambitions for him. Qin Wentian glanced at the crazed Qin Zheng as his countenance turned cold. "Grandpa, you are right. The Qin clan isn't worthy of being our clan. What you didn't do, your grandson will finish it." Qin Wentian stared at the sky. "Senior Kuan, let's return." "Right." The Kuan sovereign nodded. Luo Shenchuan and the other experts returned to the back of the Kuan sovereign. After that, the Kuan sovereign soared up into the sky. "Go." The old sect leader of the Qinkuan sect gave the order. The Nine Heavens mystical palace also retreated. In an instant, the experts from the supreme ancient immortal realms all retreated. This time around, no one obstructed them. Clearly, these experts understood that today, they most probably wouldn't be able to make Qin Wentian stay. Although Qin Tiangang and Qin Ding died together, the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy and the old sect leader of the Qinkuan sect were still around. Who would be able to deal with these two? How fast was the Kuan sovereign? In an instant, he soared into the sky, vanishing without a trace. The people from the Qinkuan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace also left, leaving behind the experts from the supreme ancient immortal realms who stared at the sky in a daze. They glanced at the ruins of the Qin clan again, as well as Qin Zheng who was still refining the judgment halberd. Everything felt like a dream. Even now, no one dared to imagine that all of this was real. There were also people who stared at Qin Dangtian. Heaven's son Qin Dangtian stood on the ruins in a dispirited manner. His once elegant black hair was now extremely disheveled. His entire person seemed to have lost his spirit, qi, and spirit, as though he had been defeated. Today, to Heaven's son, could truly be considered a calamity. Once, he became a deity with a single battle, crippling the heavenly mandate realm. How glorious was that? Today, he was sent to hell in a single battle, losing to Qin Wentian who was younger than him. Qin Wentian could be considered his clan brother. In addition, Qin Wentian even made a move on his fiancée, causing him, who was supposed to be getting married, to suffer endless humiliation. Just like what Qin Wentian has said, the title of Heaven's Son was like a joke. From today onwards, Heaven's Son would no longer be a title revered by others. Everyone in the world would remember that Heaven's son Qin Dangtian was pale and his fiancée was snatched away by someone else. There were countless people in Qin City. Many people learned of what happened in the Qin clan. They saw the battle in the sky, they saw the tallest building of the Qin clan collapsing. The place of faith in Qin City had collapsed. That incomparably holy and powerful clan was now in ruins. Who would have thought that the day of the Qin clan's grand wedding would become the day of destruction? Some people who heard the rumors of the Qin clan sighed in their hearts. Once, Qin Yuanfeng defeated Qin Zheng. However, he eventually died when he slaughtered his way into the Qin clan. Now, Qin Yuanfeng's son, Qin Wentian, defeated Qin Zheng's son, Qin Dangtian. However, Qin Wentian didn't repeat the same mistakes. Not only did he not die, he even caused the Qin clan to lose all face. Naturally, the person who had the greatest impact today was none other than the battle god of the Qin clan, Qin Tiangang. His will traversed through time and space, bringing along reluctance as he came to the clan he once fought for. Once, he fought for the sake of the strength of his clan. But today, he personally destroyed it, burying the supreme expert of the Qin clan, Qin Ding, in the chaotic flows of time and space. With regards to all of this, the people of the Qin clan felt it the most. Qin Wentian was once the battle god of their Qin clan, the pride of their Qin clan. But now, weapons were drawn against each other, traversing through time and space to take revenge. Who was the one who caused all of this? It was their Qin clan. They killed the battle god son of the Qin clan, and now, they wanted to kill Qin Tiangong's grandson, Qin Wentian. Many of them suddenly felt a sense of regret. Why would the Qin clan make such a decision back then, acting against Qin Yuanfeng? If the Qin clan didn't act against Qin Yuanfeng back then, how glorious would it be? Qin Zheng and his wife, in addition to Qin Yuanfeng, how glorious would that be? In this generation, what would Qin Wentian and Qin Dangtian be like? Just imagining it caused everyone's hearts to involuntarily tremble. Although everything seemed so unrealistic, it was possible for the Qin clan to do so. But the Qin clan chose another path. In the future, the Qin clan originally had a chance to stand at the peak of the supreme ancient immortal realms. But now, they were left behind by the Qianquan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace in the heaven region. The wind gusted by. However, everyone was still immersed in their own world, deep in thought. Everyone felt endless emotions in their hearts. Everything that happened in the Qin clan also spread like the wind. First, it was Qin City. After that, it spread to the heaven region. After that, it spread to the entire supreme ancient immortal realms. The supreme ancient immortal realms trembled. What happened in the Qin clan caused countless people to discuss this matter. The shock in their hearts was incomparably great. Qin Wentian's name once again resounded through the supreme ancient immortal realms, surpassing heaven's son Qin Dangtian. Many people said that Qin Wentian was the true son of heaven. If not, how could he have 12 astral souls? Similarly, the battle god of the Qin clan, Qin Tiangang, whose name also shook the supreme ancient immortal realms. Countless people sighed, wanting nothing more than to witness the glory of the battle god. Sadly, they would never have the chance to do so. Also, the mysterious headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy was often mentioned. With a casual strike of his, he could control the lives of others. The Thunder Clan leader was controlled by a single strike of his. How terrifying was that? Hence, in the mystic region, countless people headed to the Tiandao Sacred Academy to cultivate, going there on a pilgrimage. Other than this, Goddess Nikhang would also occasionally be mentioned. Many people would sigh in their hearts when Goddess Nikhang was mentioned. This number one beauty of the heaven region, no one knew what her fate was now. Some people said that although Qin Wentian was unparalleled in the world, it was too cruel to treat Goddess Nikhang in order to take revenge on the Qin clan. He should replace Qin Dangtian and marry Goddess Nikhang, giving Goddess Nikhang an explanation. If not, this stain would follow Goddess Nikhang for the rest of her life. Such voices were the most common in the heaven region and Boundless City. In the Boundless Sea region, the waves continued to churn. At the point where the sea connected to the sky, there were still many people here. However, there were no more heavenly deities from the various hegemonic powers here. How would they dare to block the path here? Right now, the strength of the heaven vault was already so strong that none of the hegemonic powers dared to face it alone. After that battle back then, there was news that many experts from the Qianquan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace had entered the heaven vault for cultivation. In the heaven region, out of the three hegemonic powers, two of them entered the heaven vault. Only the Qin clan was an exception. Qin Wentian had completely isolated the Qin clan in the heaven region. Chapter 1928. For this storm, the one who had the greatest impact was undoubtedly the Qin clan. After that, the other hegemonic powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms would be affected. Although they didn't seem to have suffered any actual losses in this battle, many powers had completely offended Qin Wentian. They were very clear what this meant. Once Qin Wentian continued to grow and surpass them in the future, who could guarantee that Qin Wentian wouldn't look for them to settle the debt? The situation in the supreme ancient immortal realms was changing. In addition, there would be even greater changes in the future. A voice rang out. Qin Wentian had condensed 12 astral souls and might still be concealing some. He displayed shocking talent and defeated Heaven's son Qin Dangtian. In the future, he might be the same as his grandfather Qin Tiangang, who just returned, ascending to the peak of the deity realm. If that day arrived, those powers who offended him before, even if they weren't annihilated, would they still be able to act like they were now? Qin Wentian could use his talent and the advantage of the heaven vault to ascend to the peak. Most probably, all the major powers in the immortal realms would become his vassals, including the Qianquan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace. These voices had ill intentions, wanting to sow discord between Qin Wentian and the Qianquan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace. After all, many experts from these two hegemonic powers were currently cultivating in the heaven vault. They were in a cooperative relationship. Things would be interesting if they started to suspect each other. At this moment, in the airspace above the boundless sea region, the heaven vault had already become a hegemonic power, causing the entire supreme ancient immortal realms to feel uneasy. Within the heaven vault, in the starry space, a group of people sat together and were enjoying a banquet. Among these people, there were Qin Wentian, the Qianquan sect leader, Nine Heavens mystical maiden, Luotian Chuan, and the other heavenly deities. The Qianquan sect sent news that there are many rumors circulating outside that are extremely disadvantageous to you. Clearly, many people are unwilling to accept the outcome of the battle at the Qin clan. Also, the talent you displayed caused them to feel uneasy. The Qianquan sect leader stared at Qin Wentian as he spoke. Sitting together with Qin Wentian, his heart was filled with emotions. If it was in the past, he definitely wouldn't dare to imagine that a junior would be able to sit together with him. But regardless of him or the Nine Heavens mystical maiden, both of them couldn't help but to admit that Qin Wentian now already had the qualifications to sit together with them. This wasn't because of the heaven vault, it was because of his strength and the talent he displayed. From the moment I took control of the heaven vault, wasn't everything already destined? Either they finish me off or they can't finish me off, they would naturally feel uneasy. Qin Wentian smiled and said, however, the battle with the Qin clan was extremely dangerous. I will not forget the kindness of sect master and fairy Nine Heavens. Why did you choose my Nine Heavens mystical palace and the Qianquan sect back then? The Nine Heavens mystical maiden stared at Qin Wentian as she asked. Qin Wentian turned his gaze to the Nine Heavens mystical maiden, staring at this number one beauty in the Nine Heavens. Unmasked admiration could be seen in his eyes. She was too beautiful, looking at her at such a close distance was definitely a type of enjoyment. Her beauty was transcendent, like she wasn't a beauty of the mortal world. She was the Nine Heavens mystical maiden, the number one beauty in the mortal world. Beautiful things would always cause people to have a favorable impression of them. Qin Wentian joked. You really know how to talk. People in the outside world say that it's because we and the Qin clan are both hegemonic powers of the heaven region. But you are helping the Qin clan to become enemies with both of the heaven region, isolating the Qin clan. The Nine Heavens mystical maiden laughed. Since Fairy Nine Heavens already knows, why is there a need to ask so much? Qin Wentian laughed. You only chose us two hegemonic powers. You should have thought that the situation would be extremely difficult, right? At that time, why didn't you pull in more hegemonic powers? Were you worried that if there were too many hegemonic powers, they might devour you and seize the heaven vault? The Qianquan sect leader laughed as he stared at Qin Wentian. The Qianquan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace are already so powerful. If we add in more hegemonic powers, I'm truly afraid. Qin Wentian laughed, feeling very calm. Huh, Qin Wentian, you are truly straightforward. Right now, there are rumors in the outside world saying that you might rise to the peak of the supreme ancient immortal realms 1,000 years later. If that day really comes, what should my Qianquan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace do? The Qianquan sect leader stared at Qin Wentian as he asked. Clearly, this voice affected the Qianquan sect leader. This was indeed a problem he had to consider. Sect leader and fairy Nine Heavens are also cultivating in the heaven vault. Why are you so lacking in confidence? Qin Wentian replied. Why isn't it the sect leader and fairy Nine Heavens who have ascended to the peak? Your growth is truly terrifying. The Qianquan sect leader stared at Qin Wentian. According to what Lin Xiao said, a few hundred years ago, you entered the Tiandao Sacred Academy together with him and entered the Reincarnation Sacred Ground. Now, just a few hundred years later, you can already defeat Qin Dangtian. At that time, Qin Dangtian was someone you could easily crush. In addition, you obtained a secret treasure, an astral soul that can surpass the restrictions of the heavenly Tao, and the headmaster of the Tiandao Sacred Academy acted for you. Hence, although I won't belittle myself, I still feel that if there's someone among us who can ascend to the peak, that person would naturally be you. The Nine Heavens mystical maiden and the Qianquan sect leader both stared at Qin Wentian. She and the Qianquan sect leader were both peak characters that controlled hegemonic powers in the supreme ancient immortal realms. But in terms of potential, they were all inferior to Qin Wentian. If I ascend to the peak, what do you two hope for me to do? Qin Wentian counter-asked. Clearly, these two hegemonic characters were somewhat worried. For hegemonic powers like the Qianquan sect and Nine Heavens mystical palace, they naturally didn't wish to become vassals. The Qianquan sect leader and Nine Heavens mystical maiden didn't say anything. Qin Wentian asked again, right now, in the supreme ancient immortal realms, are there still existences that surpass everyone else? In the history of the supreme ancient immortal realms, there have been some existences that surpass the masses. It's just that in the current supreme ancient immortal realms, according to the guesses of the people of the world, there seems to be only one person who stands at the peak. That person is in the Pure Land of Bliss in the universe region. The Qianquan sect leader replied. The universe region has always been incomparably stable throughout the countless years. The other territories in the supreme ancient immortal realms are split up into various hegemonic powers. Only the universe region is different. No other hegemonic powers are able to shake the universe region's rule in the western regions. Over there, everyone believes in the Buddhist Tao. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. The Qianquan sect leader guessed that there might be an existence comparable to a god king in the Buddhist sect. But clearly, this god king hasn't appeared for countless years. Even the Qianquan sect leader wasn't absolutely sure. What about those god kings of the past? The supreme ancient immortal realms has existed for countless years and there are countless of them. No one can trace their origins. Where are the god kings of the past? Qin Wentian asked. For god kings, as long as they don't appear in the world, they basically wouldn't die of old age. They could be said to be undying existences. Although the supreme ancient immortal realms has existed for countless years, it's unknown how many years it would take for a peak character to be born. Also, there was once a heaven-shaking deity-level battle in the supreme ancient immortal realms. There might be god kings who died or maybe, there might be god kings who pursued the supreme Tao but encountered a path they couldn't traverse. In the end, they died, leaving behind only their remains for the later generations. The Qianquan sect leader replied. Qin Wentian nodded his head lightly. He already knew about that battle. The world-ending battle in ancient Azure Mystic should be considered a heaven-shaking deity-level battle, right? As for those who died on the path of pursuing the Tao, wasn't God King Shi the same? Most probably, it wasn't an easy thing to surpass the restraints of the 9 heavenly layers and roam the world beyond. Qin Wentian was also thinking that after countless years, there would definitely be people who have already transcended. However, those people most probably have long since ceased to care about the affairs of the world. At that level, what was there to contend about the matters of the world? Qin Wentian thought of the white-robed mysterious man. Has he reached that level? His gaze turned to the Qianquan sect leader and 9 heavens mystical maiden. Qin Wentian suddenly laughed. If there's a day when I can truly reach that step, what meaning do the hegemonic powers of the supreme ancient immortal realms have to me? The eyes of the two of them flashed. It seemed that this was indeed the case. The hegemonic powers are guessing that they are afraid of such an existence appearing because they have offended me or because they are afraid of unknown experts. However, if such an existence really appeared in the supreme ancient immortal realms, would I still need to rule over the supreme ancient immortal realms? If I sit here, who in the world wouldn't revere me? At that time, even if the two of you are seniors, would you still think of restraining me? Shouldn't you be seeking guidance instead? Qin Wentian calmly replied. The Qianquan sect leader and 9 heavens mystical maiden stared at him. They were speechless for a long time. If such a day really came and Qin Wentian sat here, most probably, everyone in the world would come here to worship him. Chapter 1929. Boundless City, the Chu Residence. Right now, the Chu residence was extremely quiet, there was no sound at all. Occasionally, there would be people passing by and they would glance at the Chu residence. Inside, not only was there a heavenly deity, there was also the number 1 beauty of the heaven region. But now, when many people glanced over, they discovered that the gates of the Chu residence were tightly shut. They couldn't help but feel a little strange. After the incident in the Qin clan, Goddess Nichang's reputation was tarnished. The incomparably pure and holy goddess Nikhang now seemed to have a shadow on her. At this moment, a powerful spatial fluctuation could be felt in the air. After that, a figure walked down from the air. This figure was extraordinarily handsome and was clad in white. When the people outside the Chu residence saw him, their hearts involuntarily trembled as they instantly guessed the identity of the person who just arrived. Right now in the supreme ancient immortal realms, his fame was unrivaled. No one could stand shoulder to shoulder with him. This person was none other than Qin Wentian. He swept out with his divine sense and sensed the situation in the Chu residence. He frowned and stepped out, entering the Chu residence. Right now, the Chu residence was completely empty. It was so quiet that one could hear a pin drop. It was actually empty. Grandpa Chu and Goddess Nikhang were no longer in the Chu residence. What happened? Qin Wentian mused, feeling somewhat worried. He took out his messaging crystal and sent his divine sense in. Grandpa Chu, why didn't I see you and Nikhang in the Chu residence? There was no instant reply. After that, Chu Shen's reply rang out in Qin Wentian's mind. Wentian, Nikhang and I have left Boundless City. We will be going to a very faraway place. You don't have to worry about us. Chu Shen spoke. Qin Wentian's expression stiffened. Nothing happened to Chu Shen and Goddess Nikhang, he felt more at ease. However, their departure caused him to feel some guilt as well as a sense of disappointment. Grandpa Chu, why did you guys suddenly leave? You didn't even tell me anything. Where are you guys going now? Qin Wentian asked again. I'm already old. Nikhang said that she wanted to find a quiet place to take care of me. There's no need for you to look for me. When the time comes, we will naturally meet again. Chu Shen smiled. Qin Wentian's face was filled with guilt as he asked, Grandpa Chu, is it because of me? In the Qin clan, he achieved his goal. In the end, goddess Nikhang didn't marry Qin Dangtian. He avoided the awkward situation where Nikhang was Qin Dangtian's wife when he was dealing with Qin Dangtian. However, everything he did, what could it be considered to goddess Nikhang? What exactly was she thinking? That day, she told a lie and sullied her innocence and chastity. His glory was boundless, and now, his name resounded throughout the supreme ancient immortal realms. As for goddess Nikhang, she actually silently left amidst all the rumors. Grandpa Chu, I can clarify what Nikhang of the Qin clan said to the world, Qin Wentian said. Wentian, there's no need. This is Nichang's own choice. Just cultivate well. In the future, I hope that no matter where you go to in the supreme ancient immortal realms, I would be able to hear of your legend. Chu Shen smiled. After that, no matter what Qin Wentian said, he didn't reply. After a long time, Qin Wentian finally kept his messaging crystal. He stared at the silence of the Chu residence as he felt somewhat down in his heart. Finally, he let out a sigh and soared into the air, departing the area. Staring at his disappearing figure, the hearts of many people below were still filled with emotions. Qin Wentian was now a legendary character in the supreme ancient immortal realms. He was known as the person with the highest talent in this generation. In a situation where the entire supreme ancient immortal realms wanted to deal with him, he was actually still alive and managed to avert danger. Right now, the experts of the supreme ancient immortal realms didn't even dare to encircle the heaven vault anymore. After Qin Wentian returned to the heaven vault, he was still depressed for many days because of this matter. He initially hoped to persuade Chu Shen and goddess Nikhang to come to the heaven vault for cultivation. However, he couldn't even find them. The supreme ancient immortal realms were so vast. Even though he was a heavenly deity, it was still as difficult as ascending the heavens if he wanted to find someone. Today, outside the heaven vault in the boundless sea region, many figures appeared, attracting the attention of Qin Wentian, who was in the heaven vault. After understanding the situation, these people actually wanted to meet with Qin Wentian. This caused Qin Wentian to feel somewhat strange. According to them, these people outside the heaven vault were all people from major powers in Boundless City. Qin Wentian thought about it and agreed, allowing them to enter the heaven vault. Naturally, he didn't allow them to enter the heaven vault for cultivation. He only agreed to meet with these people. In the heaven vault, the experts all arrived before Qin Wentian. Many of them were world overlords. When they saw Qin Wentian, all of them bowed, "We pay our respects to heavenly deity Qin." Although Qin Wentian was famous, he didn't have a title yet. Everyone referred to him as heavenly deity Qin. Qin Wentian nodded calmly. He stared at the people before him. "What's the matter?" "Heavenly deity Qin, we are all powers from Boundless City of the Heaven region." A hegemonic level world overlord walked out and spoke to Qin Wentian. "Boundless City has always been a place of freedom. No one has truly ruled over it before. Right now, the Heaven Vault is located in the Boundless Sea region of Boundless City. Can we request Heavenly Deity Qin to govern Boundless City? In addition, you can make the surrounding regions of Boundless City part of the Heaven Vault. In that case, it would be much more convenient for Heavenly Deity Qin to do things in the future." As the sound of his voice faded, many gazes turned to Qin Wentian, filled with anticipation. After the news of the Qin clan circulated out, the entire supreme ancient immortal realms was discussing about Qin Wentian. The peak powers of Boundless City were naturally no exception. From their point of view, Boundless City was about to welcome a glorious opportunity. The prerequisite was that they had to be able to make Qin Wentian stay behind. Qin City, why could it be so glorious, becoming a peak city in the supreme ancient immortal realms? It was because the Qin clan was located there. In that case, the heaven vault that Qin Wentian represented today was already so strong that it wasn't in any way inferior to the Qin clan. In the future, it would only grow even stronger. In that case, why couldn't their boundless city seize this opportunity and allow Qin Wentian to govern it? In fact, they even hoped that Qin Wentian would expand his territory. You should know that although I'm in control of the Heaven Vault, there are many powers in the Heaven Vault that don't belong to me. The Luotian clan, Qianquan sect, Nine Heavens mystical palace and the others are all major powers in the supreme ancient immortal realms. Qin Wentian laughed. So what of it? Given deity Qin's strength, in addition to the foundation of the Heaven Vault and so many friends, as long as deity Qin makes a call for help, the Heaven Vault that deity Qin represents would instantly become the fourth hegemonic power in the Heaven region. The major powers spoke. Their purpose was to convince Qin Wentian to establish the Heaven Vault and govern Boundless City, contending for supremacy in the supreme ancient immortal realms. By doing so, their Boundless City would have more and more opportunities. In fact, they might even have a chance to become Qin Wentian's subordinates. In that case, they would have a chance to do something that many peak powers in the supreme ancient immortal realms couldn't. That was to enter the Heaven Vault to cultivate. I'll consider your words. Qin Wentian calmly smiled, understanding the intentions of everyone. After that, he waved his hand, everyone, you guys can leave for now. Yes, we will take our leave. Those people calmly retreated before turning and departing. Although they came in such a grandiose manner, in truth, they only said a few sentences. These people represented their attitude, indicating that the various hegemonic powers in the Heaven region supported them. As for what they said, it wasn't that important. Could it be that they wanted a heavenly deity to chat with them? Clearly, it was impossible. Everyone left the Heaven Vault. However, a look of contemplation appeared on Qin Wentian's face. He couldn't help but admit that he did have some thoughts about this suggestion. He couldn't be limited to the Heaven Vault forever. You're tuning into the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.